Yo, guys, it's the kid, 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 it's the kid. We are here again. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the beautiful Saturday where we talk about all the goings on that have happened in the week of football. And it has been quite an eventful week. No, this isn't about Nations League. We may be touching on the Nations League. We might be touching on the Nations League, but this is more so about two main topics that we have today, and we'll probably maybe take some questions. We'll try and take some questions from people in the audience, in the live chat, or you guys in the live chat and so forth. And remember, any super chats you send, I will get to them. Don't worry. Your super chats will be answered eventually through. So don't you worry, I will not miss any super chats. I have them all here. So two main topics we're going to be talking about. Two main topics is Chelsea's transfer business and, of course, the Lionel Messi interview. And I think, obviously, the Messi interview and so forth is going to probably be the bigger topic. So we may actually start with the whole Chelsea bada bing, bada boom. So let's kick things off, man. Chelsea, they said what's up. Chelsea got one of the most exciting young players in the world. And I think the statement of intent that Chelsea have put out has been very clear. It's been very clear, and I think that nobody can pretty much deny what Chelsea, these guys are trying to do. Okay, we're trying to say what's up. Okay, Chelsea are trying to say what's up. They're trying to say what's up. They're trying to say what's up. They're trying to say what's up. So we just want to give our thoughts on. So it's been Thiago Silva, Timo Werner, Ziyech, and now Kai Havertz. So I'm going to come first. So let's just talk about Kai Havertz to begin with. Let's just talk about Kai Havertz. So I'm going to come first. I believe this man is Abdullahi, but he's calling himself the German Zidane right now. So Abdullahi, I know that to you, so I can always tell it to you. Do you believe that Kai Havertz is worth the hype? And do you feel like he will make an impact in the Premier League, or do you think he will flop?
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you beautifully well. We can hear you beautifully well, like crystal clear, like water.
I've been hyping this guy for the past 2-3 months. I've never hyped a player in my life before. But when you watch Kai Havertz, I need people to understand me that when I say Zidane is arguably best central midfield in world football. No one can argue that. But when I say
and you're comparing this dude to Zidane, that's why wait. So basically, you're comparing him to one of the greatest players of all time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they have the similarity. I'm coming with my explanation now.
No, they don't.
Yeah, when you talk about Kai Havertz, you see that similarity trait in Kai Havertz in which Zinedine Zidane has. His touch, his ability to find passes, his goal scoring, his ability to open spaces in the tight position. So when you have a player of Kai Havertz, he has that he has that vision, he has that brain, he has that sense. He knows when to pass, when to shoot, and when to score goals. Although it will surely improve because he's 21. Every player will improve. But when you see Kai Havertz, you don't call him generational talent. You call him sensational player. That's how good of a player he is. The era of Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo is already over. The era we see.
Oh, easy.
No.
It's chill. Wait, easy, my friend. Look. You can't just say something like that and then just move on. Please repeat for the audience, and guys. I hope everybody's listening to this on this. Please repeat what he meant, my friend. Can I please ask a question?
Okay.
Please, Abdullahi, can you just repeat what the bloody heck just came out of your mouth? Can you please repeat?
I'm repeating now.
For the kids in the back.
I'm repeating. I said the era of Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo is getting close. It's getting over. Somebody is taking over.
Over for Messi.
Yes, Kylian Mbappe, Jadon Sancho, and Kai Havertz. Those are the players that people are looking up to now. Ronaldo is good. I'm not disputing that. But when you call gold, you put Pelé, Diego Maradona. Those are players who has won it in an elite level in World Cup, in the European trophy. They have won it. So when
Okay, but get back to the question. The question is, what impact will Kai Havertz make this season? Please tell me, Abdullahi. So if you're wrong, I know who to blame.
Okay. Kai Havertz is gonna surprise and shock most people in EPL. People doesn't rate him a lot. but this guy is magnificent player. When I say magnificent player, this guy is so good. It's when you say good, it's more than good. I don't even know which English to qualify him. That's how good of a player he is. Kai Havertz is very, very good player. Very wonderful player.
He
Very
plays like
wonderful.
also.
Very wonderful player. People may say because he's playing in Bundesliga, Bayer Leverkusen, it's just because Bundesliga. Yes, it's gonna take him a little bit of time.
So Abdullahi, so I have your word.
Yes.
I have your word. I have your promise. You swear on the blood of your ancestors that this coming season, Kai Havertz is going to make a major impact and will be one of the best players in the Premier League this season.
Absolutely.
You swear.
I work at Starbucks and I'm putting my money on it. I'm saying it. Kai Havertz, yes, he's gonna be the most watched player in EPL this year because that's how good of a player he is. I'm putting it out right now. He's gonna be the most watched player in EPL this year. This opening EPL, Havertz is gonna be the most people have seen. They've seen ZH, Christian Pulisic, Timo Werner. They are getting ready to watch Kai Havertz because that is the new era of play that is coming.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Jamal, Kai Havertz. Do you think this guy's going to make a massive, huge impact this season? Is this the German Zidane or is this the German brick?
Yeah, I feel he will make a big impact on the Premier League, but not this season. I feel this season it might take him a little while to master this Premier League. But for me, he's no way like Zidane. No way. For me, he is the carbon copy of Ozil. It is scary how similar he is to Ozil. He plays like him, he drifts, and he have a very good footballing IQ. So for me, I don't think he will do anything this season. But next season and the season after, I think he will come into his own.
Okay. Erhan, Kai Havertz, what do you think he can do this coming season, man? Okay, what's it called?
Yo.
Okay, go for it, Erhan. Go for it. What do you think Kai Havertz can do this season?
Not gonna lie, man. That's a great transfer for you dudes, man. Like literally, that's one of the one players at Leverkusen who I thought like if Tottenham got him, like we could go up the next level. He's actually probably one of my favorite players in the Bundesliga right now. The Zidane comparisons are insane. He is nowhere near Zidane. Like let's just get that straight. This guy is not doing overhead kicks in Champions League fight. Like he's not doing anything like that. And even when people like Jamal said he's a player like he's similar to Ozil, I even disagree with that because if we think about Ozil's playing style, he's strictly like a playmaker, right? He's a supplier for all the players around him, like be it Giroud, Sanchez, Ronaldo.
So do you think that he can then be as good as peak Ozil? Are we saying peak Ozil, or he's just in the mold of Ozil, but he can't reach basically peak Ozil 2010 to 2012?
I can't really compare him to Ozil in my mind because whenever I've watched him play, it's like he's a false nine to me. Because like when I was watching him post lockdown, he was like very offensive. Like he was trying to get in behind and try and like maneuver spaces to get in towards goal. Yes, he does have a lot of flair, and he is very like a skillful technical player. But I think his main game is scoring goals. I'll be real with you. And in terms of like your question is actually how well he will do this season, I will be real with you. I think he will outscore Timo Werner this season because he is the more complete player. Yeah, I agree. I think so because he is the more complete player. Like, think about it. Timo Werner is like. He's a pacey striker.
Timo Werner's main asset is finishing. So if you're saying, because I think Havertz is, I can score, I can provide, I can pass. If you're saying that an all-rounder is going to outscore a pure finisher, that's worrying for Timo Werner.
Well, no, I think it's more of like a compliment to Havertz than an insult to Werner because when I watched Werner against Tottenham in the CL like early on last season, he was quite wasteful, I'll be real with you. Like, he got his goal from a penalty in the away leg, and he had so many chances in that game. I feel like he's the kind of striker where he needs 10 chances to score. Havertz, he's not a striker, but he's an intelligent player. He has the sense for a goal, the sense for a pass. His all-round game is just so perfect. So that's why I think, I'll be real with you, he won't take much time to adjust. I think he'll go straight in there, notch up 15 to even 20 Gs this season. We'll see, man. Like, I rate him a lot, man. I wish Uncle Mo got that ass, man.
Okay. So super chat here from Mr. Coastly Awesome who says, Chelsea fans remember the resurrection, #7-1. See, Courtly Awesome, why are you bringing that up? We are building upon positivity. We are building for the future. Don't live in the past, live in the future. And by the way, you didn't defeat the real Chelsea. That was the fake Chelsea. The real Chelsea is the real Chelsea this season. So you never actually beat the real Chelsea. It is what it is. And Courtly Awesome, 2012. That's what I'm going to say. 2012. And what's it called? Denishu, what are you saying about this whole thing? Do you think Kai Havertz will be able to make a massive impact this upcoming season in the Premier League? Is he going to take the world by storm?
Can you hear me?
Denishu?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can hear you. Go for it.
Yeah, I mean, this player is a very intelligent player. I mean, I'm not gonna compare him to Zinedine Zidane. That would be an insult for Zidane himself. But this is a really good signing for Chelsea. A very all around intelligent player. Yeah, I think he'll do wonders, but I don't think he'll sort of make Chelsea a treble winning team. But yeah, I think he'll do good. But
So you're saying
yeah.
good but not amazing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I mean, he's a great talent. He's very intelligent. He's one of those players that's he uses more of his intelligence than his attributes on the field. But he's definitely has the potential to be amazing.
So, and do you think was it worth all the money? Worth the money spent, or it's still a risk?
I think it's 50-50, but we have to wait and see and how he plays.
Well, Denishu, let us hope and pray that he makes an impact, because this is about to be a huge monumental season for Chelsea.
Yeah.
If Francis wants to keep his job. So from my boy Yassi Side, who says, thank you for the super chat, Yassi Side. He says, been thinking a lot about the Messi situation, but we'll get to that. If anyone has anything negative to say about Messi, you have been manipulated by Bartomeu. Congrats. Saeed, we will get there. Don't worry, there is so much to talk about. We will get there, because there is a lot to dissect, and there are many facets to the Messi situation. It isn't a simple 1, 2, 3. BD Core, Kai Havertz, talk to me.
Yeah, H. So this is my thing about Kai Havertz. I think this is a really good move for Chelsea, but then again, I'm thinking,
why is it a really good move? Why really?
no, they need someone who can create something out of nothing, really. They don't really have someone who can create something out of nothing. The last time they had that was Michael Ballack, who was a German. So my thing here though is my problem with Chelsea signings is how quickly.
No. Forget about the signings. Kai
Okay.
Havertz, do you think he's going to make a big impact next season? Let's just focus on Kai Havertz.
To be honest,
How
he's not.
well do you think he will do this upcoming
To be
season?
honest,
Is he going to turn out like João Felix, or do you think he might be the real deal?
You're speaking as someone who watches the Bundesliga week in, week out, and I'm gonna say this: he's not good with holding up on the ball. He's not a really good ball controller. Now, I'm not saying he's not a good player, but he has a lot of loose balls. He's a very good player. I think he'll probably get maybe 10 goals, this next season, and then maybe a couple of assists. That's what I'm thinking. But for me, what I want to say is this really makes Chelsea contenders for the Champions League. I really strongly believe Chelsea are now Champions League contenders because
Okay, no, wait, that's fine. So no, we'll get to Chelsea, but this shows Kai Havertz, but we'll get there. What's it called? Gaffer Lampard, Kai Havertz. Is it worth the big deal? Is he going to make a massive impact? Is this a risk? What do you genuinely, on 100% objectively feel this Havertz guy kid is going to do this coming season with the spotlight on him right now and the hype surrounding him?
Do you hear me?
Boost your mic.
Do you hear me now?
You sound like you're inside someone's ass, but please boost your mic.
Well, okay. You hear me now better? Is it better now?
Just keep talking, but your mic sounds like
Okay,
trash.
okay.
But keep talking.
Okay, yeah. People just need to understand why this guy was bought was for the runs into the box. So, and the fact that his height, this guy scores with left, right, with his head. It's just, it's a perfect signing. Even from set pieces, again, helping us to defend. It's just an all-round perfect signing for Chelsea.
Can
And
you
a
hear
big
this guy?
No. He's low. Okay. Look, see, Gaffer Lampard. Try and come out and come back. We'll come back to you.
Yes,
But your
yes.
mic is way low.
I'll
Your mic
change
is
my
way
mic. I'll
low.
change my
We'll come back to you. Plastic
Okay.
fan. Kai Havertz. How do you think he will roll? Kai Havertz, plastic fan.
Kai Havertz is a really good player. He has a very good technical ability. He's very good on the ball. He can also be a playmaker. So he has many sets of skills to his game. And now, if we see how he would impact the team, I think Chelsea will be more dangerous on the attack
No,
front.
but specifically with Havertz, do you think he's going to make a major impact this season, an okay impact, or he's going to maybe he's a bit too overhyped?
Honestly, I didn't watch many of his games, but I think that he'll have a normal impact. Although I want him to have the same impact as Salah did to Liverpool in the first season, but I know that's impossible. But I think he'll be okay for them in the upcoming season.
Okay. Courtly Austin says, banter aside, Chelsea is a legit team. Courtly Austin, I thank you about that, but I don't care about Chelsea being a legit team. They just need to be able to say what's up. That's the key thing. They need to be able to say what's up. If they can't, then Lampard will get sacked. I have zero tolerance for failure. I test Kai Havertz. Is he the real deal? Will he be able to say what's up?
I think Kai Havertz is a very good player, but what I'm hearing here is unbelievable. Zinedine Zidane. I don't know what the average
Abdullahi
age.
he's sniffing.
I
Don't
test,
worry.
I test.
No, bro.
When you
I don't know.
I'm gonna talk
I
to
don't
you.
know how old Abdullahi is, but he, I- he must be under the age of 20, because if you've seen Zidane, this guy was unbelievable, bro. He was one of the silkiest players I've ever seen. But going back to Kai Havertz, I think he's a very good player. He's an all-round attacker. He can create, he can score goals. But I think you lot are overrating him a little bit too much, because we've seen him do it against these poor sides like Werder Bremen. But I want to see how he does against City, against United, because we've seen players like Donny van der Beek. He did it in big European nights against Juventus, against Chelsea, against Real Madrid. He's a proven player in the big games. Kai Havertz, he hasn't proven it in the big games like Donny van der Beek. So that's it will be interesting to see how.
So you're saying that this is a risk. So you're saying that this is a risk.
Yes, yes and no, because he's clearly talented. He's a complete attacker. He can score goals and create, but he hasn't really done it against big teams. So I would like to see how he does against the bigger sides when the opponent is
Okay. So cautiously optimistic. Why are we? Hey, bro, what the heck are you smoking? How often on Saturdays do we center around Chelsea? So this is what you call hate. Chelsea make a big signing right now. We talk about it, and now this guy says, "Why are we always talking about Chelsea?" Is that a United guy I see in your avatar?
It's Ronaldo.
Bro, we never talk about Chelsea.
Yeah, it's true. That is a Cristiano thing that I see on your thing right now. Just relax in the Europa League. Let's and just chill. Okay, just chill. Yes, side says if Chelsea don't win the title, Lampard must be sacked. Side, relax and chill. Relax and chill. That's a bit too harsh, but we're gonna get to Lampard. We're gonna get to Lampard.
Can I reply to I test? Please?
We were easy. No. You see, German Zidane first before we go to the next thing. Based on what everybody has said, German Zidane, are you now going to change your view towards Havertz with respect to Zidane, because I'm lying, you are disrespecting Zinedine Zidane. You're disrespecting Zizou. You're disrespecting one of the greatest
Yeah.
players in the world. So I'm lying. I'm giving you one last chance
Okay.
for you to apologize for you comparing Kai Havertz to one of the goats of football.
Okay, HH. There's a difference between what I said. He has a similarity trait of Zinedine Zidane. I'm not saying he's better than Zinedine Zidane. There's a difference in what I'm saying. Zinedine Zidane.
Okay, what similarities are you talking about?
Let me talk about the similarity Kai Havertz had. In which people don't say is good, is overrated. This guy is a complete player. HH, I would love you to finish this game and watch Kai Havertz fully. Sit down and watch a player. This guy is overall. He has everything of in a player, in what a player could have.
So you're telling me that he's as good a dribbler as Zidane. You're saying that he's as good of a passer as Zidane. And you're saying that he can score the kind of goals that Zidane has scored. Is that what you're saying me?
I'm saying he has a similarity. He has the vision. He has the pass. He has the ability. This guy has skills. He has everything. It's not just a one-legged player. It's a complete. He can use both feet. He's a complete player. I'm not being hyped because he's a Chelsea player. I'm a Chelsea fan. But when the player is good, I have to give him his props.
No, but see, I'd like to see. That's my thing. I'm like, if this guy this season becomes total trash, I'm gonna blame you.
Yeah, I'm gonna come out. Yeah, I'm taking the blame. Yeah, I'm taking the blame. I'm literally taking my hell on him.
So if he comes and this guy is trash, you're gonna come back here on this hangout and you're gonna apologize.
Absolutely, I will. Because I won the 2017, 2018, and 2019 Bayern Leverkusen. This guy is good. This guy is more than good. He's a fantastic player.
Wait, it's fine. Look, because I didn't go to I'm Ham, so I'm Ham. Kai Havertz, what do you think Kai Havertz will do this season? I'm Ham.
Look, man. Kai Havertz is a good player, but he's that type of player where he's good, but it's coming from like a smaller club, like he's a hometown player, so he gets the club basically builds around him to make him that star player so they can get the big money. And I think Chelsea fell for it. So don't be surprised when your boy Francis still continues to play Mount and Barkley instead of playing.
I'm Ham. I rebuke that. I'm Ham. I'm Ham. I rebuke that. I'm Ham. Shame on you. I'm Ham. Shame on you for saying such a terrible thing.
Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised.
Shame on you. I'm listening right now.
When your boy chokes against,
I'm telling you, there is no way in hell. There is no way in hell Barkley is going to sniff this pitch unless Ziyech, Havertz, and Timo Werner are literally in hospital. Unless
do you know who coaches your club? Super Frank is gonna play Barkley and Mount. We already know this. So I don't know, man. I think he's a good player, but don't be surprised when your 80 million is still on the bench.
No.
January.
I'm Ham. No, it's not happening. Because if that happens, I will sack Lampard myself. So guys, look. This is now a simple one. Chelsea have made some big signings, massive signings. Lampard is under a lot of pressure. Do you believe these signings will deliver, or do you think that these signings will not gel? How do you think the signings that Chelsea have made, how do you think that they will impact? Do you think this could be a really big season for the new signings, or do you think that it's going to be a case of up and down? How do you think these new signings will do? Jamal?
Yeah, well, according to you, they're going to win the treble.
I never said that.
80. Yes, you did. 80.
I never said that.
If this team finish 5th, come out of the run of 16 in the Champions League, don't bring me back on this hangout because I will murder you. So please pray this team do good. But in all seriousness, I feel Chelsea, they could try for a title race. They could mount a title race. And I feel this team could be dark horses for the Champions League. If everybody gels and everybody do their roles, I feel Chelsea could be a dark horse for the Champions League. And for the Premier League, I feel you could mount a title challenge, but I think you might come up just short. But just remember, if this team does not get top four and group stage come out of the Champions League, don't bring me back on this channel. I'm begging,
No,
please.
don't worry, Jamal. You'll be banned from this place, man. It's fine, man. You'll be
HH, do
banned.
you hear my mic better now?
Okay, Gaffer Lampard. Let me come to you. Yeah, I think your mic is a bit better now. So, Gaffer Lampard, what do you think? How well do you think these signings will do in this coming season? Do you think they will make an instant impact, or they will break it up? They won't gel well this coming season. How do you think the transfers will do?
Let me just talk about Havertz first. Like
Okay,
we
go for it.
we bought this guy to ball against Burnley, against West Ham, against Bournemouth, against Norwich, all these small clubs. We didn't buy him to ball against Messi. We have players for that. Ziyech will take care of that. So, and also you have to look if this guy can just bulk up a little bit. That's why I expect him to like be better maybe second half because I need him to bulk up a little bit. And if he hits some mad form, he scores goals. And he continues scoring and scoring. Left, right, scores with his head, scores tapping, scores like volleys. It's a perfect signing. I know haters will talk.
But do you think he's going to make an instant impact when he comes in? That's my thing.
Yes, he will. He will for sure because he has the quality and he has the players around him to actually boost his to take his game to the next level. And that's why he actually chose Chelsea. So it's exciting time for the club. So yeah, and also for the other signings too. It's a matter of time. It can be second way through, like second half of the season. But if they gel, let's just hope Champions League at least they represent because the league it might be a bumpy ride, but Champions League at least semis would be nice. It would really be nice. So yeah, that's my own take about it.
Okay. So the signings are going to ball. You give me your word.
No, they're going to ball. Come on, this is quality. This
Okay,
is,
look, fine.
and this guy is 21. Even the Zidane comparison is not bad because Zidane started at 25. Let's be real here. This guy is 21.
No, but
this guy is
still,
21. People should listen to that.
You can't put. We're talking about one of the greatest players of all time.
I know. I said he has the possibility to be better. You know that he has the potential to actually be better than Zidane. Yes, he's 21. What are you saying?
What? Bro, you could see touch at
He
the age
has
of
the
10. Like,
potential.
Have you ever watched him play?
touch
Have you ever watched this guy play?
This guy's
He
on
has
crack.
Stay off the
potential
drugs,
to be
man.
better than
Contact
Back
crack.
to the health.
That's what I'm saying. You guys should listen. You guys are all in.
Guys, stay
Give
off
me
the
the
coke.
weed.
Come on.
Gaffer Lampard
He has
have
the
been
potential.
supplying you with
Give
some
me
good
the
stuff, right?
weed.
I will have what he's having.
It looks
I
like
have what he's
Chelsea-
having.
Potential. You guys should listen.
Your first time
Potential.
in the Hangout. Well, we have a rule here. The rule is that you're not allowed to take any drugs prior to taking part in the
Come
Hangout.
on. I said potential.
Okay.
But you saying that you sniffed something? I don't know what you
But
sniffed.
no, I'm saying he has the potential to be
Because
better.
please listen to this whole thing. Gaffer, can you just listen to what you just said? You said that Havertz has the potential to be better than Zinedine Zidane. Are you high?
He's 21.
Okay, let me ask you this then. Does Sancho have the potential to be better than Zidane? Does Vinicius have the potential to be better than Zidane? Does Phil Foden have the potential to be better than Zidane? They're 18.
Yes, they do.
So do all those guys
They
have?
do. They all do. Of course, they all do.
Jesus.
Why are we doing like Zidane is this person that no one can surpass? That's
You
the,
need
that's
what
the funny
Zidane
thing
do.
here.
No, Gaffer, the whole point is Gaffer, the whole point is that when a player is as unique and as special, that's why they're called special players, because 99.9% of players will never be able to be as good as them, because Zidane falls in that 0.1% of special.
So are you saying that no one will ever be better than Zidane? Is that what you're saying?
No, Gaffer. Some people may be, but I'm sorry, you
So
can't.
Havertz may be. That's what I'm just saying. Maybe.
No. People like Kai Havertz, Foden, Sancho, Vinicius, these guys, no. Because yes, they're
So
good,
who
they
can?
have potential, but we're talking about, because basically, Gaffer, you're saying that Havertz has the potential to be one of the greatest players of all time.
Yes.
So that's what you're saying. So you're saying
Yes.
Havertz has the potential to be one of the greatest players of all time.
Of
I've been
course. I don't know why
supplying
this
him with the best
is
stuff.
this is surprising to everyone here. It's like Zidane is this person that no one. So are you telling me that no one will ever surpass Zidane again?
Bro, you've been enjoying the stuff I've been supplying you too much.
Come on, man.
Very few players who will ever come close to be on the same level.
I'm not saying every player will. I'm saying he has the potential. He might. I'm not saying he will. I didn't put any. He has the potential to be better than Zidane. That's just it, man. You can agree, you can disagree. But
Okay, fine,
opinion.
fine. So yesterday says that I want to see a top 4 of United, Chelsea, Arsenal, Tottenham. Arsenal?
Nah.
What the heck?
Stop.
Okay, what's it called? Denisio, how do you think these signings are going to do this season for Chelsea?
Also, these signings this summer this is one of the greatest transfer markets in history for any club. It's been a very long time I've seen any club sign this amount of quality players in one summer. I can't remember the last time I've seen something like this. I don't know if they will have a big impact on the first season. We have to wait and see how they will gel. Some players need more time. But they will definitely have an impact. They will definitely improve. I'm not sure how much, though.
Okay. BD Core, how well do you think the signings are going to do this summer for Chelsea? BD Core.
Yeah, HH, I actually think that I think Chelsea will go somewhere in the Champions League. I actually think there's a small possibility that Chelsea might win it next season. The reason why I'm saying that is, if you,
it's going to be pretty tough, man. Liverpool and City have raised the level, man.
I'm sorry, HH. City haven't learned from any of their mistakes. Liverpool, again, I still see the same frailties. Barcelona is just trash.
Yeah, relax. We're not even come to Barcelona. Just relax.
Okay. But, no. I'm just giving you an insight to all the.
But tell me, so why do you believe these signings will gel this season? Because new players, apart from Havertz and Werner, these guys don't have not played with each other much. So why do you think these signings will gel this season and deliver Chelsea a trophy?
They will gel in the Champions League. They won't gel in the league. That's what I'm saying. I think the thing about the Champions League is HH. The Champions League is all about luck. It's all about luck, and also if you improve your defensive reinforcements. This season, Chelsea have massively improved their defensive reinforcements. Not only have they gotten Ben Chilwell, they've gotten Thiago Silva added on, and they have James. They have who else do they have? Zuma. That's a pretty solid back line. It's not
They have
that bad.
Kappa as well. They have Kappa.
What? Sorry, what do you say?
I said they also have Kappa as well.
No. That is the problem, though. They just need. Kepa is a really poor goalkeeper.
Kepa won't be in the team.
I don't think they're gonna have Kepa. I'm hearing something about that Mendy guy from Rennes, that goalkeeper, Eduardo Mendy or something like that. I think if they get a keeper, they're complete. They're serious Champions League contenders. Again, like I said, HH, you only need small luck to really win this Champions League, and you need to have like a really good backline to win the Champions League. Like, you heard the phrase "defense wins you trophies," and it's true for the Champions League. That's why I'm not confident with Dortmund, because I actually think Chelsea has more of a chance of winning Champions League this season than Dortmund does, and this is just how sad it is. But yeah.
Okay, but this had nothing to do with Dortmund. But thank you, though.
No, I'm comparing Chelsea.
I know, Bidiko, thank you. I know. After Skills says, if Cristiano wins the Euros again, would you make him a horseman? No, because you have to win a World Cup to become a horseman. It is how it is. The rules don't change. Although I might give Robin a horseman just because I like him. Yes, side says, should the Liverpool badge be inducted if they go another 30 years without winning a title? I love how Liverpool's are right now. I can almost guarantee you it will not take 30 years before Liverpool win the league again. And I will not be surprised if they defend their title. Yes, they need to buy signings and so forth. It will not surprise me if they defend the title, because they still have the goal-scoring phenom of Salah, a good core, and one of the best managers in the world in Klopp. So Liverpool are good. Liverpool are good. Don't worry, bro. What's it called? Plastic Fan. How do you think the signings will do this season for Chelsea?
I think their signings will do well this season. I think these new players will help bridge the gap of Liverpool, Manchester City, and Manchester United. And I also think that they'll go far in the Champions League. At least I would say they reach the semi-finals. Lampard has to aim to reach at the semis least, because if Lampard dares to get this talented group of players into the round of 16 and he gets knocked out, I can almost assure you that he will get sacked.
Oh, of course, he's getting sacked. Facts. Oh no, if he doesn't deliver, I'm sacking him. He's getting sacked, 100%.
So Lampard, as of right now, is under massive pressure because last
Plastic.
season he had an excuse because of the transfer ban. But this season he has absolutely no excuse. He has to deliver. This is where we can see how good of a manager is he really. So it's all on him right now because he's been given the players that he asked for. Now it's time to deliver and see what you got.
Okay. Erham, Chelsea, man. What do you think the signings are going to do this season?
Well, first off, I think that Chelsea have to thank Mr. Vladimir Putin for his generous contributions.
Erham, don't.
You may,
The
mate,
money
you may
is
as well.
legal. It's clean. It's
Okay.
perfectly fine. Abramovich. These are from charities. This is from healthcare and so forth. Okay, please,
I have no
please.
doubt.
The money is clean. Come on, thank you.
For sure. But yeah, I'll be real. Yeah, Chelsea have done exceptional stuff in this transfer window. Although I do find it quite sketchy how they're leaving the goalkeeper situation to last. I thought that would be the number one priority, man. Like of all the things, that was probably the biggest, improvement you needed because you have two bricks in net. But I'll be real with you. I think Liverpool and City, they have to be very wary. Like as much as I obviously hate Chelsea, they're the scum of the earth. I've grown up in an era where Chelsea have, been dominant. So my first football memories are around 2004, 2005. And since then, Chelsea have pretty much won the league every 2 to 3 years. And another thing which I've noticed with the Prem is that since United won it 3 years in a row, there's never been a team who has consistently been, had a really strong, monopoly over the league. And I think Liverpool, Man City have shared a duopoly for the Premier League for maybe 3 years now. I would say since 2017, 2018, where they're just fighting amongst each other for it. And I feel like their time might be coming to an end, as we see with City, that embarrassing, knockout in the Champions League. God knows what that's going to do to their confidence. And Liverpool, I don't know, their players just don't. I don't think they'll have the same motivation as they did last year because I feel like they've already achieved their objectives. So I wouldn't count Chelsea out of finishing second, or maybe I've seen crazier things. They could win the league, with that team. They've pretty much improved on every.
They could win the league this coming season.
It's a possibility. As much as I don't want it to happen, I can see it happening because of you've basically improved on every single player. Pedro and Willian have left, and you've brought in Ziyech and Havertz. That's 10 times the improvement. And you brought in Thiago Silva, which is huge in terms of experience. Although that could be risky if you're playing a high line because he is 36. He is pretty much a pensioner, geriatric. He's using crutches to play football. He might need some support, with the younger guys. Ben Chilwell, the most overrated left back I've ever seen in my entire life. He's a BTEC Danny Rose, but it is what it is. But no. In terms of your attacking firepower, there's nothing like it in the Prem. But this is make it or break it for Lampard. The only reason he got the job was because he's Chelsea legend and his uncle is Harry Redknapp.
If Lampard doesn't deliver a trophy, does he get sacked?
I think if he finishes second and he does well in the CL, like you said, maybe a semi, he might just get away with it. But next season he'll it's 100%. This season it's 80%, I think. But yeah, he has no choice but to win the trophy next year. But yeah, pressure's on him, man. He's got basically the best team you can have.
Well, and also basically before I move on, Erhan, I hope that you're keeping yourself safe from your stalker, because there was a guy which creeped me the heck out.
I saw that last week, man. I don't know who the hell that guy is.
And I think this guy's 10 or 12 years old or something. So I just hope that you're keeping safe. But it seems you're a famous dude, man.
Apparently so, man. I have to, get bodyguards around me when I leave my house.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
It's getting
All
scary.
right. Eye test, man. Chelsea, man, do they conquer the world with these new signings?
For me, I don't like it when Premier League fans ask these type of questions. Like, it just proves to me that Premier League fans are arrogant. That I always hear, this player's not gonna cut it in a Premier League, that player's not gonna cut it in a Premier League, but then they come to the Premier League and become the best player in the league. Like, look at all the best players in the Premier League. They all came from other leagues. So for me, if you're quality, you're gonna do it.
So are you telling me that English players are trash garbage? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
No, in a nice way. The best players in the Premier League, the best players in the Premier League, the best players in the Premier League have come from other countries, other leagues. So for me, I hate it when Premier League fans say, "Oh, this player's not gonna cut it in a Premier League." All the best players in the Premier League came from other leagues. The Premier League is a fish and chips league. Like, Werner's a quality player. I think he's gonna do just fine in the Premier League. Thiago Silva, he's been doing it since the 2000s. Like, been one of the best defenders in the world for a very long time. You're telling me he's not gonna cut it in a Premier League? Havertz, he's been balling in the Bundesliga. I think the Chelsea players are that you've bought are gonna do just fine. Ziyech, he's proved it in the Champions League. That run with Ajax was impressive the other 2 seasons ago. So I think these players will do just fine in the Premier League. And for me, I predict Chelsea to win the league. I predict Chelsea to win the league because I said it already. The Premier League is a marathon, it's not a race, and Chelsea have a lot of depth. They have a lot of depth. Liverpool, I think they're gonna drop off because they've been lucky for the past couple of seasons with injuries. The injury record has been amazing. They haven't had a lot of injuries, so their lack of depth wasn't it wasn't a problem. But I think that could change. If they have a couple injuries, they're in trouble. But if Chelsea have a couple injuries, they've got depth. So I believe it'll be between Chelsea and City this season for the Premier League.
Ooh.
I think the players are gonna do just fine.
Wow. Okay. Where are we at? I am Ham. What do the Chelsea boys do this coming season, man?
Well, I think for everyone here, it seems clear that all you guys think that these transfers are going to make Chelsea a powerhouse. But I think the opposite, because I think all of the veteran managers look like they're well fortified for this upcoming season. People like Ancelotti, Mourinho, Pep Guardiola, Klopp, these type of managers. I think they're going to say something to the youngsters this season. I think the youngsters are going to have to battle it out for 5th place.
So come again. You saying what Chelsea are going to battle for 5th?
Yeah, you, Man United, Arsenal. I think that's where you guys are going to be around.
So why do you think this will be, despite all the signings made?
Because as good as Chelsea look on paper from their squad, the other managers who are much better than Lampard also have good squads. I think we're going to see Mourinho with Tottenham for his first full season. I think that's very exciting.
But then
I think Pep already.
Easy. People's argument could be transfer ban, no signings, no Hazard. He managed to get 4th and really finished on equal points with United. So shouldn't logic then state that with more signings and a lot of key signings, they should improve on 4th?
I mean, you didn't have Hazard, but besides Hazard, who I don't think is that good of a player anyway, evidenced by Real Madrid.
Don't judge me. Don't judge me on last season.
4th or something, or 3rd. I don't know what it was. Andy won a trophy, so I don't know what you're talking about. He did well, like Lampard did well, but is he a good manager really? I think his performances last season show that he's a little bit of a goofball. So I don't know about you. I think Arteta is much better than Lampard.
You're saying Chelsea 5th. That's what you're saying.
Chelsea, United, Arsenal around 5th. Mourinho, Klopp, Pep top three. I think Ancelotti might slide into that number 4.
Okay.
Maybe Rogers can try something, but most of you guys are going to be around that 5th place. Chelsea, Arsenal, and Man United.
Abdullahi, Germans is Zidane. How well do you think the signings will do this season? And please be objective. Will the signings gel this season? Abdullahi, going once, going twice. All right, okay, not around. The Verge says, I test King Kenny or Best. You've seen them, right? So I test.
Definitely Best.
Who was better,
Best?
King Kenny or George Best?
Best was one of the best dribblers of all time. This guy's close control was unbelievable. For me, he's up there with Maradona when it comes to dribbling. So for me, Best is the best. This
I have a question.
Unbelievable. One of the best dribblers I've ever seen.
Test, did you ever see England lift the World Cup then? Were you there for that as well?
It was a historical moment.
These guys are awesome, man.
Look, man. He was there when Pele was born. He delivered Pele in he was the doctor. Yes, I said that. Listen. The Glazers just met with Premier League officials. All I'm going to say is money talks. 21, baby. Enjoy the ride. Saeed, who is the manager of Man United? Gollum is getting sacked this season, either by December or thingy. But because he scored a fluky goal in 1999, you've all drank the Kool-Aid. United are not sniffing a trophy because despite the quality they have, they've got a manager from the road. Guys, let's now go down to this massive thing, man. There are so many ways to unpack this. There are so many ways to look at this. This has been one of the biggest stories that we've seen. And let me just start off by saying this. I am pissed off and I am angry. I feel that we could have had a supremely amazing, exciting transfer summer, one of the biggest summers of all time. We could have seen finally a Barcelona without Messi. We could have finally seen the Oos take his place as rightfully the best young player on the planet. And we would have seen Messi in a different league, different team, potentially in the Premier League. So it is what it is. It didn't happen. And we've now seen some craziness. So let me just first start by saying, because there are going to be several ways that we're going to break this down. But let me start by saying this. We've all seen the Messi interview. You know, I did a live stream upon that and I broke down the interview down. So let me word this very carefully. Based on what you know, please be objective. And I hope that there are no Messi fanboys here. I hope and pray that there are no Messi fanboys in this stream. Based on what you know, who do you believe? Do you believe Messi? Do you believe Bartomeu? Or you simply don't know? It is what it is. You simply don't know. So based on what you know, is Messi telling the truth that Bartomeu lied and went back on his word? Is Bartomeu telling the truth that no, maybe it was a misunderstanding. June is June, and that is what that date was. Or do you think, are you like, bro, I plead the fifth, I have no idea. Start first with your boy Jamal. Who do you believe?
Bro, I'm just gonna say it as it is. I have no idea. I don't know who to believe. But one thing I'll say, Messi would not come out and say that how Bartomeu could have left him leaving the summer just so. He would not just say that. So it's either he didn't understand what Bartomeu say, but he's not lying. I don't think Messi would just come out and say he could have leave the summer. But guys, we always knew this was gonna happen. I never thought Messi was gonna leave. It wouldn't happen. I know he's gonna stay there. And he's never leaving Barcelona. I'm sorry. He's not gonna leave Barcelona anytime soon.
All right. Erhan, who do you believe, man?
Yeah, I'm like Jamal. I'm kind of in the middle, but I mean, if we look at it technically, Bartomeu, as much as he's being a massive pushover about this, he does technically have a point because by the terms of the contract, like, listen, no one could have predicted that COVID was going to happen, right? And the contract stated that if you do not make a move by June, then this is virtually cancelled. Like you can't change the terms of the deal.
And no, Messi's argument is, and this is where it's key, there was obviously a conversation that was had. So Messi's argument was, you told me that at the end of the season. So forget the whole June thing, but you just told me, and then so this was like a verbal agreement.
Yeah.
So this is now about character now, where look, man, we don't need to write anything down. I just believe me through my mouth and my word that end of the season you can then decide. So Messi's argument is that, and again, I don't know who is true. This just from Messi's point of view is you have gone against what you obviously told me in confidence that wasn't written down. So I just took you at your word.
Yeah, well, listen, I mean, I don't think Messi has much experience with like businessmen then, because let's be honest, these guys are slimy, like snaky dudes. Like they go back on their word like all the time. Like they'll say something to you, they'll smile in your face, they'll say, "Oh, I love you, you're the best," and then behind your back they'll be like, "Listen, we got to get this guy out of here." Like, listen, that's what I think Bartomeu is doing, because let's be honest, like he's literally he's stopping Messi from literally doing what he wants. It's like it's inconceivable. He's literally turned the entire fan base against him. And he's causing so much ruptures. And now Messi's, it's quite pathetic actually. The way the whole thing's gone on, like, and I think it's going to be really awkward for Koeman as well, because does he play him now? Like, what's going to happen? Like, his teammates have already like been in farewell. He's already planned ahead. He's brought in a bunch of young dudes. So I don't know what's really going to happen. It's going to cause a real mess in Barcelona. And if Koeman can actually sort this out and do something with his team,
we'll get to Koeman. So you're. From your point of view, you're saying you don't know who's telling the truth.
I don't know who's telling the truth, but I mean, Messi should have, he should have spoken his case before then, because he should have realized that Bartomeu was going to backstab him. I think so. He should have kind of seen it coming.
Okay. Plastic fan, who is telling the truth? Who do you believe? Who do you side with? Or is it too hard to say who's telling the truth in this whole bonanza?
I personally think that Lionel Messi is kind of telling the truth, because he wouldn't just like come out and make up all these fake accusations on Bartomeu. I think like a man like Bartomeu pull a finesse on Messi. He obviously tricked him. He told him that you can leave by the end of the season, and later he changed his mind. But that is on my view. So I don't think like Messi had any choice, because he has no evidence or proof that he had a verbal agreement with Bartomeu. So in all general, he was screwed. I don't know. Bartomeu looks like this mafia dude. I mean, he looks dodgy. So until he leaves.
No. But my thing is that people call him dodgy, but as Erhan just said, your dodgy is his business. Like, I'm sorry. You should watch a film called Wall Street with Michael Douglas and everything. It's business. It's not personal. The business is, and in business, you've got to be shrewd, you've got to backstab, and you've got to be savvy. You've got to be smart, and you've got to be cunning.
There's no morals in business.
Man was like, bro, take me to court there. Unless you wiretapped me, there's nothing that is on record that says that you could leave at the end of the season. So all we have is that flipping contracts that says June 10th.
I'm pretty sure that Bartomeu might have kidnapped his wife and kids and told him, if you don't stay, I will end them. That's also a possibility.
Taken.
Probably. The Verge says Liverpool greater than United, AC Milan greater than Juve, Real greater than La Siona. Well, see, I think, if you're going via European trophies, okay, Liverpool have more European trophies than United. Milan still have more European trophies than Juve, because Juve have lost like 30 finals in a row or something, and Madrid have definitely. See, this is why it's working. Like in the past decade, Barcelona have ruled Spain. They've ruled Spain, and they have 2 trebles. But in terms of European prowess and 3 seals in a row, Real have said what's up. So if you're looking at, depends what you're looking at. Are you looking at trophies or just European stuff? But I think even if you look at trophies, I still think Real Madrid have more than Barcelona. Let's be nice here. Let's say Barcelona. Oh, there we go. Latin Lolozare brings out the popcorn because he's a Messi hater, man. Just harsh. Yes, the sign says that June 10th is irrelevant when La Liga season resumed back June 13th. If Messi left June 10th, he would have left mid-season. How does that make any sense? Said, this is what it's called business. A contract is a contract. Of course, it doesn't make sense if you really think about it in real terms, but by the letter of the law, if it says June 10th, it says June 10th. So if you go to a court of law, you have to go via evidence. Well, isn't it? No. If it says June 10th in the contract, it says June 10th. So that is the difficulty. Bartomeu may have pulled a fast one on the boy. Danish, who do you believe here? Messi, Bartomeu, or you don't know?
I mean, no one can be 100% sure who's telling the truth and who's lying. Only Messi and Bartomeu knows the real truth about this. But I think that Messi's telling the truth because, I mean, first of all, why would Messi lie about this? I don't know. I don't understand why Messi would lie about such a thing. I mean, how often does Messi come out to the media and bash or talk about something private like this? I mean, this happens so rare.
Or maybe it could be more of a misunderstanding rather than him not telling the truth. Maybe it's like he misunderstood the conversation that he had with Bartomeu. Could that be a possibility?
Yeah, I think he's coming out and saying what he's thinking because he feels he's been betrayed. But that's just my own theory about this. Because one thing that makes me believe Messi more is why would Messi actually send a burofax? He's been telling he himself said that he told the president the whole year that is leaving, and the president was just like, "Oh, we'll take it next week," and so he said himself clearly, if I don't send a burofax, it's like nothing happens. So he had to do that to make it kind of official that he actually wants to leave. But I think in the contract that it says the 10th of June, but that they had a verbal agreement behind the scenes, and because Messi doesn't have any evidence that they had a verbal agreement, I don't think he can do much about it. That's why he kind of gave up and said, "Okay, I'm gonna stay one more year." But yeah, if I'm gonna pick, I think Messi's telling the truth and he's coming out about this because he feels betrayed.
All right. Oh God! Now I know where this is going to go. I test. Who do you believe in this whole thing?
Bro, looking from the outside, we all knew from public knowledge that it said June 10th. We all knew. I remember before June 10th, we all heard a couple rumors.
I said, what if they had a conversation that we don't know about? What if it said June 10th on the thing, but Bartomeu said, "Forget that. End of season, you can decide." And he just said that in private, man to man to Messi. What if that happened?
We don't know.
It's not written on the contract. What matters most is what's written on the contract. And I remember it was public knowledge. It was June 10th. And before June 10th, I remember we was hearing rumors about Lionel Messi leaving. What could he go to City? Could he actually leave Barcelona? Then I remember June 10th came, and then all these rumors died out, and it looked like all the rumors about Lionel Messi disappeared. But then 8-2 came around. 8-2 came around, and I believe that before 8-2, Lionel Messi wanted to stay. He wanted to stay, but then 8-2 came around. 8-2 came around, and it changed everything. I think it hurt him, and I think Messi is now hurt that he regrets the decision of not leaving before June 10th, and now he's crying that he can't leave now, and he's just trying to find a way out. And the reason he's not taking this to court, don't believe what Messi says. It's not because he loves the club and because we all know if he takes the club to court, the fans will still back him, because Barcelona fans aren't really Barcelona fans, they're Lionel Messi fans. The reason he didn't take the club to court is because it said June 10th, and he knows he's not going to win. So that's my take on it. But one thing I did take away from that interview is, or one thing that I was thinking most about in that interview is, could any other player talk like this about their president?
But,
This interview showed me how
what
much
if the
power
stuff is
Lionel Messi had.
what if
Because
the
the
stuff
stuff
is
he was
true?
saying,
No, see, I says two things. First off, what if the stuff is true? Secondly, he isn't like any other
bro,
player with regards to what he
let's
means
say
to
it's true.
on and off the pitch in terms of merchandising and imagery. So it's the power that he sort of has based on what he contributes to the team on and off the pitch.
Bro, let's say it's true. Why is he coming out? Why, like, you should keep these stuff private. I no of this interview showed how much power Lionel Messi has at Barcelona, because no other player in any other club could do something like this. Talk about their president like this, saying their president is fake, saying their president broke a promise while playing at the club. We've seen it a couple times when the player is long gone and he talks badly about the club. But while you're at the club, you talk about the president. This shows how much power he had. And one thing that caught my attention in the interview is when he was speaking about I disagreed with the direction the club was going. I told them to buy younger players. How do you think that makes the players that are at the club feel now? This is going to make things awkward now when he comes back to training.
No, wait. We'll get there.
True.
So when he gets,
Let me respond to Ites.
Wait. No. Trust me, we'll get there. We'll get there. Abdullahi, who do you believe here? Guys, we have ages. We're gonna break this all down. Abdullahi, who do you believe in this whole thing? Okay, he's still on mute. All right, guys, there's one more space. If anybody wants to join in, there is one more space. There is one more space in the Hangout in here. Cassius, who do you believe? After listening to the interview, do you believe Messi? Do you believe Bartomeu, or you simply don't know?
Messi for sure, because I mean, it's first of all June 10th. June 10th could be 10 days after the end of the season. It could be 20 days before June 10th. It could just be like 10 days from a certain date. It's not specifically June 10th. You know, it could be, there has to be some sort of reference point for it to be June 10th, because you don't just choose June 10th. It's just some random day in June. It has to be based off of something. That's something we don't know what it is, but
True.
No.
And then based off of
wait, you see, Cassius, you're right. 100%. June 10th, 100% is in reference to the end of the season. But Bartomeu is simply being clever. Of course, he probably knows that means the end of the season. But if he's trying to keep a hold of Messi because he knows what losing Messi could mean, he's just now saying, hey, let's solve the law.
Of
But
course.
if now go to a court of law, the court of law will be like, bro, we're a court of law. We're not like, well, football is, we're like, okay, what does this say on the contract?
He's sticking to the number.
I mean, in principle, in feeling, the Bartomeu broke the contract, because I have the interview of Bartomeu saying word for word saying that at the end of the season, not June 10th, he says the end of the season, before starting the new season, he can leave after the 2019-20 season. So in principle, obviously we don't have the contract right in front of us, but in principle, Bartomeu broke. It's not just a verbal agreement. He said that it's on the contract that before starting the last year of Messi's contract, which is the one that's he's about to start, he can leave. So, and he doesn't say June 10th. So, and also this is something that had happened with Iniesta. Iniesta had a lifetime contract, and this is relevant because this is during Bartomeu's mandate as president. So this was just 2 years ago. Iniesta had a lifetime contract, and he chose to leave. He informed the club, and everything. Obviously, there wasn't coronavirus, but so.
And I think, wait, since you're a Barca fan, is this the same thing that happened with Puyol, Xavi, and so forth? They all left on a free.
Yes.
Interesting.
Victor Valdez, I think he went to Man United. I'm not sure if he went on a free, but it was he was like 32. So, but Xavi for sure went to Qatar for free. Iniesta went to Japan for
China.
free. Japan. So, and also just going back to something Ites said. Ites said, I've never seen a player do this. In 1988, this Barcelona, the same thing happened with the president. This is normal in Barcelona's history. And maybe you don't know, but in Barcelona, there's no such thing as an owner. There's no Russians. There's no sheikhs. There's no Glazers. There's no KSE. It's like a president. It's campaigns. It's all this stuff. So in 1988, the same thing happened. So this is based off of criticizing Messi for saying he wanted to bring young people in. He said he didn't say he told the club. He said he thought it would be better for the club to bring new people in and to refresh. PK did the same. He said the exact same thing after losing 8-2. So there's no real there's already precedent with what Messi has done. And just finally, Itest said one other thing about saying that he only chose to leave based off of 8-2, which, please, I mean, it's in the interview. If you just listen to the interview, you know that's false. He said that he'd already spoken to the president. He's saying that he wanted to leave. He said that he already made his feelings known. And the reporter that first broke the news, Marcelo Beckler, he even said that a board member, someone working inside the club, had told him already that Messi had intentions to leave. So, yeah, that's all.
Okay. Boxing guy. Who do you believe in this whole Messi career? Do you believe Messi's story? Do you believe Bartomeu? Or you have no idea who is telling the truth? Boxing guy? All right. What's it called? Let's go to BD Core. Who do you believe in this whole thing, man?
Thank you. HH, before I even speak about Messi, I just want to ask you one question. Will you allow me to speak about Messi? That's a question. Will you allow me to speak about Messi?
I will allow you to answer the question. So the question is, who do you believe in this whole escapade? Do you believe Messi's story that Bartomeu lied? Do you believe Bartomeu that no, it was always June 10th? Or is it too hard to know who's actually telling the truth with regards to the contract and the release clause?
You know what he's gonna say, bro.
Oh, no. To be honest, I blame everybody. I blame everybody. I blame Bartomeu. I blame Messi. I blame everybody. This is ridiculous, HH. This is totally ridiculous. You came from saying that you want to leave to literally making an interview saying that you want to stay. And time and time again, HH, this is my thing about Messi is I've always said he acts like a child. He really does. His whole persona, he acts like a child. It's like he's not a man. He can't make a decision by himself.
But then don't you blame Barcelona that they've created a scenario where he can sort of have this thing and they don't really check in?
No, listen, I'm not blaming Barcelona. I'm not blaming Barcelona. I think my thing here is they were heading to the right direction and they just hit a roadblock, which is Messi stays. It's not gonna work, HH. It's just not gonna work. It's ridiculous. Whatever is going on with this club, I am totally done, HH. I feel sorry for the club. I feel sorry for everybody who's a part of it. I really feel sorry for Messi because he's not doing nothing. He's not doing nothing. He's absolutely not doing anything. He is just literally just,
Wait, who do you believe in this thing? Is Messi telling the truth? Is Bartomeu telling the truth? Or you have no idea? Who is telling the truth in this scenario?
Nobody's telling the truth. Messi is beating around the bush. That's what's going on. Bartomeu is also beating around the bush. I can't believe this. This is so. We wasted our whole time. Let me tell you something, HH. We wasted our time doing a hangout on Messi, right? On him leaving, and now we're making a hangout on him staying. It's ridiculous. I'm sorry, HH. Nobody's to be trusted. I'm sorry.
Wow. Okay. Rodney, who do you believe here, man? in this whole thing?
Yeah, I can hear
Messi,
you.
Bartomeu, who do you believe here?
Yeah, for me, I'll probably side a little bit more with Messi, to be honest, because I'll be real. I don't think Bartomeu can be trusted at all. Like this guy, for me, I just feel like everything he's done, like since Barcelona won like the top of football since 2014, is just too questionable for me to be able to say that he's trustworthy in any way. And I think with Messi, his comments were really clear, pointed towards Bartomeu. Like, it's not necessarily about the club; it's just the circumstances that he's working in. So, for me, I'd probably put more blame on Bartomeu for sure. Not to say that Messi's completely clean, but I just think this situation can't be fully on him, but more the circumstances around it.
Okay. Jamaican Kidman, how do you see this scenario? Do you trust Messi's story, Bartomeu and Barcelona, or we don't know? We haven't seen the contract. So if not seen the contract, how do we know?
Man, at this very moment, it's 50-50. Because if Messi says that, behind closed door, say, I want to leave, blah, 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 right? But a contract is a contract. That's what I believe. Business isn't personal. Business.
Yep.
So if it says June 10 and June 10's already passed, you say. Because the thing with contract, I even asked one of my friend who's a lawyer. Say it with Carriers. It carries me that I don't remember, but there are certain things in contracts when you sign. I remember even a couple weeks ago, Patrick Mahomes, that $400 million contract. If he gets injured, like a life-threatening injury, and he cannot play, he gets a certain amount of money of the contract. So I don't know. At this thing is Messi, I have little sympathy for him, but man, a contract's a contract. That's it.
Okay.
Contract's a contract.
So Erhan, have I come to you on this?
Yeah.
All right. So yesterday said that common sense will tell you Messi is telling the truth. The only reason Messi is staying is because he doesn't want to take Barca to court. Only reason. But Saeed, what we are missing out here is that it could have just been a misunderstanding. That maybe because we don't know the conversation he had with Bartomeu. We don't know. So all we're doing is just assuming that, hey, Messi is telling the truth. But if we were not there when Messi had it, because I'm not saying Messi is lying. Yeah, why would Messi lie? But we don't know the nature of the conversation he had with Bartomeu. But it just seems pretty odd Messi would say that. But because this is the key thing. And this is the key thing. Why doesn't Messi have a 1v1 conversation with Bartomeu? Very simple. That's my thing. That's why can't they just have a conversation? If instead of sending a burofax, go and meet Bartomeu face to face.
He's tried.
No. Or just what do you mean he's no? He doesn't want to meet him because he's not even taking his calls or his texts. Meet him face to face and just look him in there and say, bro, are you telling me that those conversations we had were all crap? That's what I'm saying. So look, let's move to the next thing. I want to focus on Barcelona and Ronald Koeman. So Messi stays. And most likely he's going to stay for 1 year. And what we're probably going to see is he will sign a pre-contract in January. We don't know with who or whatsoever, but most likely he's going to sign a pre-contract in January. So most likely he's going to be off based on him wanting to go. And the key thing, which is from the interview, he's unhappy. So you now have an unhappy Messi. I want you guys to put yourself in the mind frame of Ronald Koeman. I want you guys to say that you're Ronald Koeman right now. You are Koeman right now. How do you play this? You have this guy who is Messi, the image of the club, who we know how good he is and the kinds of things he can do as an individual. But we also know that he wanted to leave, he's unhappy, and he's planning to leave at the end of this season. And you've already been making plans of a Barcelona without Messi. So as Ronald Koeman, what do? Do you keep him as captain? Do you not keep him as captain? Do you still make the system Messi-centric, or do you keep hold of your own system that you had and it just fits Messi into it? If Ronald Koeman, based on events that have happened, how do you play this? Erhan?
Yeah, man, it's a tough one. But before I actually get into like the main main topic, I just want to say like we need to give like a bit of context onto Ronald Koeman's career up to this point, because I think it's very important, when we're putting it into like context. So okay, for my first memories of Koeman was when he was at Southampton. He took over from the team Mauricio Pochettino left him. And if you remember in that summer, I think they sold almost all of their good top players to Liverpool. So this guy was literally left with a very depleted squad, and he still managed to get them to, I think it was like the top 6 in that season. And then he did a very similar thing with Everton. So he left, he took over Roberto Martinez's team. They were in free fall at that time. They went from like 7th place to 15th or something. And again, he done his thing. Like he arguably made Lukaku the player he is. If you remember that combo with Barkley and Lukaku, it was unstoppable in that season. This guy has a very good track record of dealing with crisis. And that's what I think is very important in this scenario. So in terms of Messi, I think he needs to have another convo with him, because like, okay, scrap the one he had with him before, because obviously that didn't go well. But he needs to, have like a man-to-man chat with him and say, listen, I know you tried to leave, but ultimately you're still at the club. You're still easily our best player, and you're still the fan favorite. So what I need from you is we want you to, until your time ends at this club, we want you to put everything you have into this club. And if you cannot assure me that you'll literally invest everything into this effort, then I can't start you. Because I think he has to be cutthroat with this. You can't play. I don't care how good Messi is. You can't play a player whose mind isn't in the game. Because you say it yourself, mentality is the number one thing in football. You could literally be the GOAT, and if you can't be asked to play, you end up looking like Ross Barkley. Like literally, it's crazy how much mentality can do to you.
Oh, for sure.
Basically, he has to get Messi on board, or I say maybe you might just have to drop the group. Like, he definitely can't be captain. I think that's a fact. I think he might need to hand it over to Busquets or Piqué or whoever's the vice.
So you believe that he will strip him of the captaincy?
I mean, what kind of leader literally tries to take his club to court in trying to leave?
Because it's funny, because I went onto Twitter, and in the Twitter search I typed in Messi captain, and a lot of people are saying, based off from that interview, he has shown great leadership and character, and he should be captain. So,
Messi fanboys. I think that's Messi fanboys.
Okay, so, but in your view, you feel that he shouldn't be captain anymore, that he should go to someone else?
No, it's absurd to say that he should still be captain after this entire saga. He's literally brought so much like negative press onto the club. Him and Bartomeu combined, obviously. I can't put it all on him. But like, I can't, like, it's like saying, I don't know if you remember the Arsenal situation, it's obviously not as important, but do you remember the bust up Xhaka had with the fans and how he was stripped of his captaincy?
Yeah.
It's a similar kind of situation to that.
Bring you good points. It's a similar to, and I'm thinking Arsenal fans in the live chat, you may remember this, with Van Persie. Because I think Persie said, bro, what are you doing? You have to sign these players. I don't agree with what you're going. And Wenger's like, nah, I'm sorry. Okay, if you don't agree.
Exactly.
And then Van Persie then left. So, see, my thing about this is, because Aaron makes a very key point. If a player, it doesn't matter what the player says, this project is a mess. All these guys do is joking about. These guys don't know what they're doing. That can't be your captain. Even if what he's saying is true and everything, your captain and leader can't come out and say, bro, this club is a mess. These guys are a joke.
Yeah,
because remember, Koeman is not an employee of Messi. Koeman is an employee of Barcelona. So he must do everything in service of Barcelona. And you have a guy who is trying to get himself as far away from this entity that employs Koeman as possible. So it makes no logical sense for Koeman to still keep him as captain. But we will see, because things are going to be very interesting, because I want to now see how this all plays out. Jamal, Koeman, how do you think Koeman should handle this?
Yeah, if I was Koeman, I would have punched Bartomeu in his face. The reason why is because Koeman was having his plans. His plans was for Griezmann to be the main striker, to bring Memphis Depay, even to bring Gini Wijnaldum, because he will have obviously get some money for Messi. But by Messi staying, his whole plans are mashed up now. They are mashed up. Because, guys, a good Messi, he does nothing on the pitch. He don't press. Once Messi do not have the ball, he does nothing. It's like playing with 9 men when Messi is on the pitch. He does nothing when he don't have the ball. And I don't think Koeman will really like that. So, guys, I think, to be fair, Koeman might, have Messi on the bench in the big games, I feel, because he don't suit Koeman plans. Koeman like everybody pressing. And I don't think Messi is going to do that for him. So if I was Koeman, I'll be furious with Bartomeu. I think keeping Messi is more negative than a positive.
Denisha, how do you view this whole thing from Koeman's point of view?
Before going on to speaking about Koeman, I want to make an official apology to actually Ernesto Valverde, because after this whole crap with the A2 and this Messi saga, I come to realize that this club has much deeper problems than
It,
just
it was
some.
never Valverde's fault, and I said this, but people attacked me and said Valverde isn't the issue. Valverde
He was the part. He was a part of the issue, but he wasn't the main issue. This made me realize that this club has much deeper problems than just some simple tactics on the field. This club is a total mess. Just imagine if this club had a president like Abramovich. I mean, imagine the signings, dude, after the A2. But going on to Koeman, I would be like, what the heck is going on in this club? First off, I think he was planning on playing this season without Messi, and now when Messi is staying, he's probably kind of. I'll be pissed if I was him, because now he has to make a whole new plan on how he's going to gel all these players together. But on the other side, maybe he kind of is happy that he has Messi on his team as well. But it's mixed feelings, because he knows that he has a Messi on his team that isn't happy, that is dragged into the team, that is forced to play. So I don't know how Messi will perform when he's being forced to play. And as the other guide said, Messi isn't a player who's going to press and run like a headless chicken on the field. That would be a kind of problem for Koeman. So I'm interested in seeing how Koeman is going to make all this work with Coutinho, Griezmann, Dembélé, and all these players around Messi, or if he's going to play more of a structured team where everybody has an equal role.
But do you think he will keep the captain's armband?
I think he will. I think he needs to keep the captain armband to make Messi like an for the younger players. I think it's important.
No, okay, you say this, but he's just said in an interview that he doesn't believe in his club. This club is a mess, and he wanted to leave, and he's been forced to stay against his own will.
I don't know, man. I don't know. If I have to guess, I think he'll make him captain. But I think if it doesn't make him captain, it will just kind of make things worse. Everybody will. I mean, in the training ground and in their locker rooms, man, these players must be thinking, "What the hell is going on?" It must be a really awkward feeling in the dressing room.
Okay. Yes, so it says that I dare Koeman to take the captaincy from Messi. Interesting. So he said, even based after what he just said in the interview, nobody should dare take the captain's armband away from a player who says, the club I'm playing for is a mess and they're aimless and I want to leave. I don't want to be here. I'm only here because I'm enforced to. Interesting. Plastic fan. Ronald Koeman, how should he as a manager handle this situation on a managerial level?
Ronald Koeman has a tough job on his hands because having a player who clearly was forced to stay there, who clearly doesn't want to be there, you're not gonna get the best out of him. Like, we're not gonna see the Messi that we normally see because his heart is not in it. He wants to leave. He was forced to stay. So, Koeman as a manager, the first thing that he has to do is to
take control of the dressing room and make sure that the dressing room isn't affected.
How does he?
Just because
How does he do that though? How does he do that based on the events that have happened? How do you do? How
now
do you know when you know the power of Messi? You know the power he has in the club. You know how good he is. You know what he's done. You know what he means to the fans. How do you handle that?
now that depending on his management skills, how good
Yeah.
is he at managing players? Because there's a difference between being a coach and being a manager. Like
Mm.
there's a difference between coaching a team and managing players in the team. Like managing players with big egos. So Koeman has a difficult task on his end, but I will give Koeman a chance, but maybe he will somehow make this work. But one thing is for sure, Messi will not be the captain of the team, because how could you allow your captain to talk darts about your team,
No,
the board, the players?
but,
So
but what do you think will happen? Then? So you said he shouldn't be captain, but
yeah.
what do you think will happen? Do you see Koeman still suffering under pressure and still giving him back the captain armband, or do you think Koeman will be like, "Oh no, let me put some balls. Nah, you can't be captain." What do you think Koeman will do? I'm actually interested. So
I
even
think
guys in the live chats, tell me, what do you think Koeman will do? Do you think Koeman will give him the captain's armband, or do you think he'll take it away? Class the con.
Koeman will take it away and give it to another player, maybe Busquets or PK, because you as a manager, you have to make sure that you are in control of the team. You must not make a player boss you around. That is what's cost Emery his job at PSG, because he was being bossed by Neymar and Mbappe. So Koeman, he has to make sure that he has control of the team. He should tell Messi, look, basing on everything that has happened, you understand why you can't be captain. So I'm taking it off of you and I'm giving it to a player, maybe PK or Busquets. So for me, if I was Common, I would still play Messi, and of course, a player of his ability and talent has to always play. But I'm curious to see how he managed the situation of having a player who doesn't want to be there.
Okay. But before we go to eye test, I don't think Messi shouldn't keep the captain's armband, but I believe Koeman will let him keep it.
Yeah.
That's what I think will happen. And I think that if he does keep it, it's going to make things even stranger. I will have a lot of respect for Koeman if he literally takes the captain's armband away and say, "No, Messi, you're not part of this whole team." You said what you said, but I don't think he has the balls to. I don't think he has the balls to. Eye test. If you're Koeman, how do you handle this tricky situation, bro?
You see, if I was Koeman, what I would be thinking is, I don't need this drama. I do not need this drama. After what Messi said in the interview, where he spoke about, I didn't like the way the club was running, the direction the club was going. I believed we should have bought younger players. That's, like I said earlier, that's imagine how that's going to make the other players feel. I think that was indirected at players like Antoine Griezmann and Philip Coutinho. How do you think that's going to make them feel? Messi also said in the interview that he realized a lot of people are fake. I think that's directed at the board and Bartomeu. So this guy has beef, public beef, against the people that hired me. Public beef against the people that hired me and pay my wages and have the power to sack me. This guy also stated that he's not happy at the club and he wanted to leave. And there's still a possibility that he could leave. So clearly his head isn't at Barcelona. He doesn't want to be here. So for those reasons, I'm gonna give him the Ozil treatment. I'm gonna freeze him out of the team completely. You're not part of the team. Because this guy wants to leave. He doesn't want to be here.
You're telling me that you would literally freeze out Lionel Messi from the team for his last year, you would do that.
Listen,
Itas,
he doesn't want to be
you know,
here.
You
you
can't
know
do
Messi
that, bro.
fans have guns. Itas, do you know Messi fans have guns and they're violent? You realize this?
Listen, he doesn't want to be here. If you have him at the team, if you have him in your squad, it's gonna make everything. It's gonna make the dressing room toxic, because clearly he doesn't get along with some players. Looking at the way the stuff he was saying in the interview, clearly he doesn't rate these players. This is the reason why he wanted to leave. He wanted to leave because he doesn't rate these players. So how do you think that's going to make the players feel? He wanted to leave because he doesn't believe we're good enough. He wanted to leave for better players than us. How do you, as a player, think of it? But imagine you're Griezmann. Imagine you're Ousmane Dembele. Imagine you're a player in the dressing room, and he said these stuff. Yeah, you came in from Atletico Madrid for big money. You're not young, and Messi just came out and said these stuff in an interview. That's gonna be awkward. He doesn't want to be here. So for me, I would freeze him up. But what I think will happen is I think Messi will still be captain. I think he will still be playing, because let's be real, Messi has too much power at this club, which should never be the case. He has too much power at the club. So I believe Messi will still be captain. He will still be playing, and he will probably leave next season.
Okay. So Sean Walsh, thank you for the super chat, Sean Walsh, who says Depay, Messi, Dembele, Coutinho, Griezmann, Gini. Not bad. Yeah, well, Sean, the key thing there is, what's Messi are we going to get? Are we going to get a fully committed Messi or not? So you putting those names down looks good on paper, but in practice, are we going to get a fully committed Messi? That's the key thing. Guys, remember, send in questions now. We will take and answer some of your best questions. So send in questions in the live chats. Send questions in the live chats. Get that like, put the like down, like the vid. Take you 2 seconds, like the vid, put down your questions. We'll answer them very soon. I am Ham. If you're Koeman, what do you do in this whole situation? How do you handle this?
Well, I think if you Koeman, you don't want Messi in your team. I think right now everyone at Barcelona has to be shocked at what Messi released in that interview, because not the fact that it's a player, making an interview about like the players he plays with, and just like making them out to be like not good enough for Messi and not good enough to succeed, like no matter what happens. I think for those players, they're looking at Messi and they're saying, I understand if this was some other player, I could let it go, but this is Messi, and everyone else in the world has to have listened to what this guy has said. You might go and go to the barber, and your barber will be like, "Yeah, man, Messi said you shit," and like, so it's unavoidable for these players. I don't think if they do play for Barcelona, I don't think they're gonna be passing the ball to Messi anymore. I don't think anyone's gonna be sacrificing their career for Messi anymore. So it's like what my Ginger Ninja said, your privileges are over. I think at Barcelona, it's going to be a very political place, and I think it's going to be full of tension. And I think Koeman, the best thing he can do is get Messi out of there, because that's an easy fix. You get Messi out of there, you get Depay in, you get money in, according to Sky. So yeah.
Oh, okay. So if you're Koeman, are you saying that you freeze Messi out of the team, or?
I think if you Koeman, you convince the president that maybe perhaps you might be thinking about a last minute sell, like on the last day of the transfer market. Maybe you might be like, Messi is here. Here's 150. Take him if you want him. And then maybe some clubs will be like, okay, I'll take that.
Wow. Okay. Stodge, if you're on Koeman, man, how do you handle this very tricky situation, man, with Messi after the statements he just made? How do you handle this if you're Koeman?
Obviously, Koeman's already walking on eggshells, so he has to be careful what he does. I mean, it's not really, although I think he wanted Messi to leave, but it's not really something he can do. If he does that, his job is over anyway. But since Messi is staying, and he's going to remain for the next 12 months. Obviously, Coleman's already got off to a bad start. He's got rid of one of the things that Messi enjoys the most, which is his friends. And as soon as he pissed off Suarez, suddenly the bells started ringing in Messi's head. And he was like, you know what? I'm out. My friends are not here no more. You're getting rid of them. I don't like your project, which he said on live TV, by the way. So I don't trust you, Coleman. So he's off to a bad start. And I don't really know much about Messi because he's not like Maradona where you could just give him a few lines of coke. You know, bada bing, things are sorted, parties and stuff. So what I would do with Messi is I'd play him every single game. I'd make him captain. And you know what the beautiful thing about that is going to be? If Messi's performances even dip a slight bit, he's going to get the blame. Not Koeman, he's going to get the blame. If next season he has his worst season, people are going to be like, look at him. He doesn't care about the club. He doesn't respect the club. He doesn't respect the manager. He doesn't respect the players. He's no longer playing for the badge. So you know what? You want to stay, you play every single game and you perform. If you don't perform, it shows that you don't care. That's how I'm looking at it. And also, I'd like to say something else that about when you said, who do you trust, Bartomeu or Messi? I trust Bartomeu 100%. And there's a few things I disagree with that people are saying. Firstly, here's the thing. Messi, history is the recording of events. And we look at events in terms of order. So we look at when the date started. Now, if Messi had this verbal agreement, why did him and his team keep on saying it's in the contract, it's in the contract, it's in the contract? But suddenly, as soon as they think it's going to court, as soon as La Liga come out and say, no, it's not, the contract says 700 mil, he changes into verbal agreements. And people are switching on Bartomeu. And by the way, for Cassius, he said that Bartomeu said at the end of the season. I want to see when he said at the end of the season. If he said at the end of the season in January, well, he wasn't expecting coronavirus. So that completely flips everything. I can also bring up quotes where Messi said that he wants to remain at Barcelona for the rest of his career. So who do we trust here? You can't just keep on put all the blame on Bartomeu and say Messi is this little innocent thing when he's the one that has not only he still wants to get out of Barcelona. Let's not get it wrong. He did that interview for another power play because he understood he's not going to get to court. So he's going to have to force it another way, which is by bashing the entire team, bashing the project, saying that they don't know what they're doing. I mean, really, this is the type of video he made, even though he supposedly says that he wants to stay. We only see this from players that want to leave. The type of comments that he was making. I've never seen a player that has gone back on his word come out and say the project is absolute garbage. They don't know what they're doing. All the players are horrible. They're not on my level. But you know what, guys? I want to stay because I want to love I love the club. Bullshit.
Can I respond?
No. You cross. You get a chance. Let's just go to Jamaican kid there. Koeman, how do you think Koeman handles this whole scenario, bro? This very, very sticky, very complicated scenario.
Did you ever watch the Dark Knight movie?
Unfortunately, yes.
You remember that Arvident quote that he quoted in the movie? You either leave as a hero, or stay and be a villain. This is what's happening, playing out right now. Because you cannot say those things in public. Like, I understand Messi, where he's coming from, but you can't be saying that the project, blah, blah, this and that. You say those things behind closed doors to your friends, to your wife, or whoever, if I am a player at Barcelona, same what Serge was saying and the other guys, if I'm a player and I go in Monday and see Messi, I have blood in my eyes because you're saying that I'm not good enough to be and all this type of shit. Like, you don't have no respect for me. So how am I going to respect you? Because you're saying these things blatantly. This thing, I don't know. And Bartomeu, I don't know what Bartomeu is getting out of this. Because by January, he can talk to whoever he wants to talk to. As very this is just one soap opera. These things, man.
No, but if you're Koeman, what do you do? What do you do? He said this club is a mess. It's filled with issues. I wanted to leave. I've been forced to stay. I am unhappy. I have suffered in training. If you're Koeman, what do you do? Do you still make it about Messi? Do you bench him? Do you risk the wrath of Barca fans by benching him and freezing him out? Do you take the captain's armband away and then having the because see, this is such a bad scenario in so many different ways. You see, the only way that this scenario works is if Messi gives 100%. If Messi can give 100%, and he keeps the captain's because see, my thing about it is that it's almost like a lose-lose for Koeman. He's screwed. Koeman should take the captain's armband away. If he does, the Messi fanboys will now flare up. And they'll now go against Ronald Koeman because they're obsessed and will always believe Messi. If he gives Messi the captain's armband, you've already lost the dressing room. You've now shown that you're weak. So it is a lose-lose for Koeman. Jamaican kid.
HH, this is the perfect definition of which poison you want to take.
Yeah.
You don't want to see the wrath of the Messi fans. And HH, I'm depressed. More I will say in the comments. I'm depressed because I just want this thing to stop. HH. Like,
okay, but let me ask you this: so should he keep the captain's armband, or should it be taken away?
At this very moment, take that away because
it's Messi. You're talking about Messi, bro.
I don't. All right. Enrique said this. I was on Twitter. Enrique said, "No player is bigger than a club." A former Barcelona, if you're former Barcelona coach, at this very moment, HH, the club was there before Messi, and the club is going to be there 100,000 years after he's dead or whatever. It's going to be there same way. That's what I believe.
Okay. Rodney.
Yo, can you hear me clearly?
Yep.
Okay, good, because I need to be clear because on the captaincy situation, I think it probably will stay with Messi because when I look at the other players that are in this team, Bartomeu after the 8-2 literally said there's going to be like a huge clear out of this side, and I think he said that they'd look to keep the young players, but it was only like Ter Stegen, Longley, De Jong, Semedo, Dembele, Griezmann that he named of like some of the more senior players that would stay. So if you give the captaincy to Busquets, is Busquets still going to be there in a year's time? PK, is he still going to be there? And if you give it to Ter Stegen, is he ready to lead the team in this situation? So I think Koeman most likely will give it to Messi. And also, I want to be really clear on my opinion on Koeman. I genuinely think this is a guy that should be managing Crystal Palace. Like, I don't HH. Like, see, the thing is, like, Koeman can't be too over the top in this situation because, in all seriousness, this guy, when he was at Everton, once they lost Lukaku, the recruitment was so poor. Like the guy who was like the scout there, he said that he offered them to sign Andrew Robertson, Harry Maguire, and the two of them would have cost 20 million. They were also linked to Erling Haaland when he was young, and then they didn't sign him. And now you look at the situation that they're in since Koeman left, they've never recovered from that. Like they look like maybe they can get a bit better with Ancelotti, but Koeman got sacked after 9 games of that season. And literally, I think that was after a 5-2 loss as well against Arsenal. So for me, when I'm just looking at this manager, I'm just thinking to myself, I don't see how much chest you can come to this situation with. I think at the end of the day, he's still going to have to defer to Messi because he's bigger than everyone else at the club. So it's obviously a tough situation for him, but in my mind, he's just not a good enough manager to really throw his weight around too hard in this situation.
Okay, that's fair. Cassius, man, round us off. How do you perceive this? How do you see this?
I just like to premise what I'm about to say with the fact that Koeman being at Everton is different from being at Barcelona, where he's a club legend. I just like to say that, just in terms of being like a figurehead and the importance he brings. But exactly. So, but I just like to go back to what I Test and Studge have been saying, which and Jamaican Kid, which I just completely disagree with. Studge said specifically that Koeman should play Messi every game because Messi wants to stay, even though it's clear Messi doesn't want to stay. He said that in his interview. So that's a clear contradiction. And Messi also he
No, no,
didn't.
no. What I meant is, if Messi's going to stay, you might as well play him every single
No,
game.
no, but you said that he wants to stay, which is
No,
wrong. That's a
the
clear
question was
contradiction.
set up. No, listen, the question was set up. If Messi stays, ask HH what the question was. Maybe you should listen to the question first and then come to me, because the way HH said it was, if Messi stays, how should Koeman deal with him? That's why everyone was talking about stripping him of the captaincy,
No,
not playing, etc.
You said if Messi wants to stay, which is not true. That's a clear.
No, but Pastor, the question I asked everyone is: so Messi has not decided to stay. How does Koeman now handle the situation since Messi is staying?
Is staying, but Messi doesn't want to stay though. I'm just saying, just based off of Studge, how he says that Koeman should stay.
Let me ask you a question about that quote you said about Bartomeu. What was the date for it?
September 2019.
Okay, did he see coronavirus coming up?
Did anyone
No,
see
no,
coronavirus?
wait a minute. Did he see coronavirus coming up? So in his defense, he obviously thought it would be a normal season and the contract would be ending in June. So why didn't you give people that information?
No one knew coronavirus would happen, and you know
Exactly,
that. You know what's going to happen in 3 years.
So when he said that quote, when was the season ending?
I can't tell you. I don't know. I don't know when this season ends. So how can you?
You know the normal calendar. The dates would have aligned. Suddenly you're stuck. You can't say anything. I mean,
Can
you
I just
presented
say
this
this?
information as if it was true to defend your boy Messi.
Let me say this.
Wait, Cassius, just give me your take on what should Koeman do, because this is your club. This is your club. So, as a Barca fan, what should Koeman now do in a situation where Messi has said that this club is trash, the president is trash, they have no project, they have no idea what they're doing, they're aimless. I am unhappy. I wanted to leave and being forced to stay. How should Koeman handle this situation now?
Koeman should take the leadership role. It shouldn't be a player. It shouldn't be anyone else. Koeman should be the leader. That's why he was brought in. That's why he's getting rid of Suarez, Vidal, which those guys need to leave. These guys aren't, they don't bring what they should. Koeman should be the leader. I don't. No player should be the leader. The Messi was the leader in Lisbon, and it was 8-2. Valverde has no leadership. Bartomeu has no leadership. If you look at the clubs that are winning, Bayern Munich, you see Flick is there, and everyone is all with Flick. Liverpool, everyone is with Klopp. It's not one player. So for me, it should be Koeman should take the reins. I think Messi will stay captain. I don't think he is a captain, and I don't think that's a big problem.
So you say he should stay captain. Do you think he should stay captain?
He will stay captain. I don't think he should ever have been captain to begin with, but I don't think you should change it, if that makes sense. But in my eyes, I don't think it really matters, because you can just have a.
No, because quickly, my question is, based on what this guy just said, he doesn't believe in the club. He's not happy at the club. He wants to leave, but he's been forced to stay, and his club is a mess. How do you still keep that man as captain?
It's an armband. It's not. That doesn't mean you're a leader. Look. That doesn't mean you're a leader just because you wear an armband. If you have that's why I'm saying Koeman should be the leader. Koeman should, in my eyes, he should have he should be the leader of the team. No, it doesn't matter who has the armband.
Wait, Cassius. I'm hoping you're a football fan and you know about football. The emblem of who wears the armband, that literally means you are the captain and the leader of the team.
Was Zidane a leader?
Because that is how footballing mentality, psychology work. That's how the dressing room works. In the dressing room, you all sense around. He's got the armband. He's the captain, so we look to him. You're the guy that gives the team talks. You're the guy that should give the speeches. So you just say, no, it's just an armband. It's just a piece of cotton. That makes no sense.
Was it Zidane captain in 2006 after he left France? So what's the difference? He left France and he came back and captained the team.
Because it's Zidane, and because he
because it's Messi.
No, he captained the team because people respect him. If you ask anybody like that, everybody respects him.
Of course.
And everybody knows what Zidane. And also, when Zidane came there, he came out of retirement showing how much he cared about France. Zidane didn't come to France saying, "Man, France, these guys are a mess. The coach is a loser. The federation are a bunch of losers. Oh, can I have the armband?" No, did he? He never said that. So you say, because my point to you is that Messi has just said this club is a mess. The president is a loser. I am unhappy here. I want to leave, but I'm being forced to stay. But you still say he should still be given the captain's armband because the armband doesn't mean anything.
For me, like I said, Koeman should be the leader. I honestly believe that if you have a strong core of players that are the leaders, not necessarily one person, but just a strong group of people, then to be honest, I don't see Messi wearing an armband for being the most experienced player at Barcelona. I don't see that as a big problem if you have a strong group. Obviously, if Messi is the de facto leader, I have a problem with that. That can't happen because it happened last season and we lost 8-2. So
the guy who wears the armband isn't necessarily the leader of the team.
Yes.
Wow.
Not necessarily. Not in all cases. And it shouldn't be. It should be like that in this case because Messi. I mean, we lost 8-2. How can?
Wait. Wait. Guys in live chat, maybe I'm crazy. Does everyone agree with this that the person that wears the armband in a football team is not necessarily the leader of the team? Please, anyone, jump in.
No, it's a big difference.
I hear what he's saying, but it's not so clear. It's like at Spurs, I think Kane is more the actual leader than Lloris, though Lloris is the captain.
But then, guys, like
wasn't Lloris captain of France?
Yeah, no. Yeah, he's
Yep.
But see, Cassius, even if I feel that seems weird, I don't know what the dressing room dynamics are. No one knows. Maybe he is actually somewhat of a leader, a different one from.
He isn't.
A leader.
He isn't. We all know he isn't.
He isn't. He isn't.
We don't. I'm
I
sorry.
don't know. We don't.
In the dressing room, you don't know.
I mean, it's clear. It's clear.
How do we know? If you don't know, You're not Deschamps. You're not Pogba. You're not Umtiti. You're not great. So you don't know what Lloris is or what kind of thing he has in that team. But see, Lloris, okay, that might be anomaly, which is weird, but we still don't know. But 99.9% of the person who wears the armband have and hold great respect in that team because it's a symbolic thing, and it's a symbolic thing that matters in a football team. Any football team I've played in, any football team that anybody has played in, the guy who is captain is a particular character and holds a particular kind of power within the group in terms of we look to him as a leader and he leads by example.
Okay, so can I flip the question?
Okay.
Do you have to wear an armband to be a leader?
You know because they're different kinds of leaders. No, it's true. But basically, in football, in football, you can only have one captain for sure. So you have to choose one captain. But in every team, you have several leaders. But as soon as you have leaders, you have different leaders that do different things. But when you now say, let's say you've got 11 guys in a team, then you've got like 3 leadership figures. Out of those 3, you have to choose one. But even the one that you choose is still a leader. For instance, like you look at Bayern. Lam isn't the kind of leader who will shout and say things. He's much more of the silent leadership type. But then a Thomas Muller is the guy who will rile guys up and really shout and say things. But they are still leaders, but different kinds of leaders. But my issue with Messi is he can't be any kind of a leader because he says, F this team. Screw this. I want to leave.
But then how can Koeman talk about leadership when he left Holland for this nonsense before the Euros?
Messi just looks like bad vibes. You don't look like the type of guy a good guy to hang around.
Look,
You know, he ain't
for
no
me,
leader.
Messi should like I even said he's not a leader. For me, he should have never been the captain. But now I don't think it wouldn't bring anything positive to change it now.
But Richard,
Messi is not him though. He is the problem. Messi is the problem, not anyone else. It's just Messi. How can he be the captain if he's dissing everyone on the side and having like having a political beef with the president of the club?
No, because see, Cassius, just think about this. So as we now go out, the guy, because again, people just get attracted to the guy that naturally our eyes will always go to the guy that wears that armband. It just does. And because he's at the coin source, he does this. So think about this. So the guy that will now be seen doing the contours with that armband and so forth at Barcelona is the guy who has just ripped open this club and has openly said this club and has openly said that I am unhappy being forced to stay at this club. So you see, because you do know what it does? It makes Barcelona look like a joke of a club.
Yep.
That's what it does. Because it just means that this guy can insult this club, rip it apart, and you see, by you giving him the captain's armband, he is bigger than the club. Then he is.
As I said, you either live as a hero or
He can come out and insult this club. Say, you guys are aimless. You don't know what the heck you're doing. This president is a joke. You're not going anywhere. You just jogged in anything. And you'll still make me captain. Oh my god!
What I'll say?
Say anything, and you'll still make me captain. Wow.
I would feel that way if the captain left. Let's say that the captain retired, and then Messi did this, and then you had to choose a captain. But Messi is already the captain, so that's why I see it a little differently. I get your point, but he's already captain. He's been captain for 2 seasons. In my eyes, it doesn't make any sense to change it now.
So all because he's already captain. How captains always get stripped of the armband?
Yeah.
Because yes, he's already captain.
Yeah.
Said that
Paul Pogba was stripped of the armband just because he said Man United should play attacking football. Messi isn't stripped of the armband for speaking against the board and saying the board are snakes, the players aren't good enough. But Paul Pogba gets stripped of the armband for saying we should play attacking. Like, come on. Just so Messi's bigger.
Pogba and Messi aren't the same, please.
All right. Richard, there's a narrative that going around that Messi is disrespecting the club or whatever. In some way, he's not disrespecting the club. He just hate the board. Simple.
No. But Jamaican kid, no. I get what you're saying, but at the end of the day, the president and the board, they represent the club.
Yeah, exactly. So
because Jamaican, you're right because in his interview he said, "Don't get it twisted. I still love the club. But the reason why I love the club so much is why I'm not taking them to court. So I'm not denying the love he has for the club, but at the end of the day, it basically say what you want. People can say Trump represents America. George Bush at one point represented America. So the guy who is the leader and the president of the time, which goes back to your points, Cassius. The president, love him or hate him, is the face of your country. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Your captain is the face of your club.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Your captain represents what this club is about. So the captain is a very, very important role. You don't, Cassius. This is how football works. You don't give the armband to anybody.
Of course.
It means something.
In some time, tradition is just passed on and keep on passing down.
I mean, I get your point, but I would see it differently if like the captaincy was vacant and Messi had to be and Messi was given the captain's armband. I would feel that way if it was like that, but it's different. He's already been the captain. And it wouldn't be positive to change it now.
So Centurion says Bruno Fernandes shows he's a captain than Maguire. Did you see the incident between Bruno and Lindelof? Now, what happened in this incident? Did anybody know what happened in the incident?
Lindelof was he lost his mark and Bruno was shouting at him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You see, no. For me, look, as I already said, like now we went into this whole incident with Maguire and so we don't know what happened, but there is no way that he can still be the captain.
That's our next Messi topic.
So there is no way that Maguire can be captain. So it's like see Bruno, would they make him captain? I don't know, because you're a new player, you've just come in. It would be pretty. I don't know why De Gea isn't captain. I think he would actually make
It should be
captain.
He came out and criticized Oli. He came out and criticized Oli.
Yeah, and then he got stripped.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So guys, look, guys, we're gonna answer a few questions. Send in questions, guys. Send questions in. We'll answer some questions. So send questions. Send questions.
Hey, I've got a question to ask. Right, Messi keeps on talking about I'm going to take the team to court, and now the way his team is standing is based on a verbal agreement. So this guy and Barcelona, basically they have the contract. So how would he think that his case would stand up in court versus the actual contract?
No, but
I mean, for him to say, for me, no, let me just finish it.
Yeah.
For him to say, I'm staying up, but I'm not taking them to court because I love the club so much. To me, that's empty words. Because I think this is a case that he would have lost either way.
You see, I literally had that thought yesterday because I said to myself, okay, because my thing about it is that, which is why I find this whole thing strange. I'm not saying that, I'm not reading into any kind of conspiracy theories that, he did this to get away from an ace to this is just a power play. I don't want to read into that stuff. So I'm going to take Messi as well that he wanted to leave. But let's play that game. So he wanted to leave. And if he wants to leave, I've never heard of this. Basically, I've never heard of this scenario in my life before where you're going off something you said verbally to someone. If there's a contract, why do we sign contracts? You're saying that, hey, this guy, you told me now. Remember when we had dinner? You told me. Like, what? So if you go to a court of law and say, look, George, he told me. Yeah, do you have evidence? Look, he told me. Look,
that is hearsay.
Because he told me. The judge will say, bro, this is a court of law. Do you have evidence? Do you have a taping? Look, George, I beg, he told me. No. So it is insane that you would even attempt. This is the thing that I find crazy. It is crazy that you would attempt to even make this happen when you didn't have, when you did not concretely know that, I can leave. That's the thing.
HH, you know what it was? Messi made a bluff, but he couldn't commit to the bluff.
How do you mean?
That's all it is.
Yeah, and the other case, when I saw La Liga made that statement, I said, okay, it's all done now. Because before La Liga made the statement, FIFA and UEFA said they weren't going to intervene. So,
yeah, okay.
Yeah.
We've got something here from Mr. Icest. Who is the more historical football nation, England or Netherlands? England have a World Cup and played the first match, but Netherlands revolutionized the way football is played. You see, it's independent of how you want to view it. Now, what I will say is, technically, Netherlands have produced far better football players than England. That's just a fact, and they still do it now. England have never produced a player even close to someone like a Robin, or even a flipping Cruyff, or a Dennis Bergkamp, who for me are some of the most technically gifted players of all time. But my thing is, because I'm going to be doing a piece on Holland very soon. Is Holland are the biggest chokers of all time in terms of being choker jobs. They're the biggest chokers of all time. And the thing with England is, you see, England is a very funny case. Because people always have this narrative that, because why do you hate English players? Why do you hate English players? I don't hate English players. They're simply not very good. The English players that we see in the Premier League are not good. I'm sorry, it is what it is. But the funny thing is that whenever I go to the all-weather pitch, I go to play in the parks, I see some amazing players. When I was in school and so forth, growing up and going through seeing players in trials, I saw some fantastic players. Do you know what happened? They stay playing five-a-side. They go and get a 9 to 5 job or something, but they just keep playing five-a-side. They don't play 11-a-side because do you know what happens in the English coaching? It's fitness, it's running, it's get stuck in. Do you know who plays for the first team and the A team? They're the guys who run the most, who are the fittest. Do you know where all the skillful players were? They were always in the Bs. They were always in the seconds. So there was just a mentality in England to promote guys who are just much more physical and more brute. And that may slightly be changing, but a lot of the very technically gifted guys like your Joe Coles and so forth just don't even bother carrying on doing 11 side because it's just not fun anymore. And they're not allowed to express themselves the way that guys in Portugal can do, Netherlands can do, Spain can do, and Italy can do. Because the conversation I was having with my brother who said, in England, you're taught to win at a young age. You're taught to try and win the game. But in Italy, Spain, Netherlands, you're taught to, if you're 7, 8, 9, forget about winning, play the game the right way. Just focus on playing the game the right way. Good first touch, good in tight spaces, nice passes, good balance on the ball, very clean way of you controlling the ball, moving the ball around. And then you can then build. And then when you now gets older, you then bring in the winning mentality. But before you become 15, 16, during those early years, you know how to play the game at a high technical level. So it's not all this like, yeah, running is there, but there's so much focus on fitness and brutality in English football. Hence why there's a reason why England, whenever tough teams, they get beat. Let's keep it real, guys. At that World Cup, the only quality team that England faced was Colombia. Okay, that was it. Don't talk to me about flipping Sweden. Who the heck does Sweden have? When they face the real team, i.e. Croatia, who are still there, they got beat. And England will continue to keep getting beat.
They struggled to beat Iceland.
They produce simply are not on the same technical footballing level as a Spain, Portugal, France, Brazil, and so forth. They're just literally leveled below those teams because those countries have a better footballing coaching and approach to their young kids as opposed to England.
Yeah, I'd also like to answer this question. To me, this is not much of a debate. England is by far more historical than the Netherlands. I don't know how you can debate that. The simple fact that the English invented the game. I mean, I don't care about the players you produce. You could say to me a system, but then if the system versus the people that invented the game, I mean, how do you match that up? That's not even a matchup. That's an utter destruction. So obviously, historically, England are greater. You might talk about players produced, but England have won, I believe, more significant international trophies. So that's another tick to their side. And plus, people forget that the coach that was one of the pioneers of total football, who was also the manager of Ajax before Cruyff and all of them came. His name was Jack Reynolds, and he managed Ajax for a long time, and he really set the foundations, the principles for that team. So, people forget how much, I think people look at the English footballers and admit they're not that good. But you cannot forget when it comes to history. I mean, these guys literally created the rules. They exported the game to different countries.
But,
I mean, their influence
how come England aren't as competitive or good technically these days? And what has gone wrong?
England are not that good. But I think Ites's question was historically. And historically, England had a bigger influence in the game.
I mean, does everyone agree? I mean, are you going to say that England were really the guys behind the total football and stuff?
Yeah, but he was there. He was the manager for Ajax.
And the first ever football game.
And an English coach gave Cruyff his debut.
Why are you so angry?
The heck? Okay. What's it called? Eto or David Villa?
Eto, easily.
Eto, yeah.
Like
For me,
let me say this right
Eto,
now. David, okay, let me say this. David Villa was very underrated. Very underrated
Yeah.
player. I
Yep,
think that
yep.
people don't give David Villa enough credit for what he did. Specifically, that
at
guy
that
was the
World Cup.
epitome of clutch in that 2010 World Cup.
Yep.
But people are sleeping on what the hell Samuel Eto'o was for two clubs. Two clubs. Because let's go ahead and say Eto'o was you know what I believe Eto'o, you probably saw peak Eto'o for Inter Milan. You probably saw peak Eto'o for Inter Milan when he was played as a striker after Mourinho left. And guys, go back and watch Eto'o's goal in that 09 CL final and look at what he did to Vidic. Because I just thought, oh, he just hit it. No, that guy Lara Crofted Vidic before he scored that goal against I think it's Van der Sar.
Yep.
I told you, one of the dumbest moves in football history to this day. Why the heck would you swap Eto'o with Ibrahimovic? It is the dumbest move I've ever think of in my life.
Yeah.
It's the dumbest.
2 troubles in a row.
One explanation. Pep just didn't like Eto.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
It was an internal conflict.
You see, Jerry, I hope it wasn't racial. I pray it wasn't racial because on a pure footballing level, it makes no sense. Think about it. This dude was pivotal in helping you win a treble. This dude scored in the Champions League final. And remember, see, that goal they scored in the Champions League final was key because United were actually playing better than Barcelona. Before Barcelona scored, United were playing better. So that goal was against the run of play. And that goal changed the entire context of the game. See, when Messi scored, that was just, it is what it is. But Eto'o's goal was far more important than Messi's goal because United were playing better up until that point. So how do you do that and you then swap him for Ibrahimovic? When I'm like, because even when it's happened, I said, bro, Ibrahimovic clearly doesn't fit into the system. Because Ibrahimovic, you have to build a system around Ibrahimovic. That's the kind of player that he is. Ibrahimovic cannot come and adapt. Ibrahimovic can't adapt. That's not his playing style. He can't adapt. But Eto'o, I remember he hated it. Eto'o did not like playing out on the wing. But I bet, fine, I'll do it. Played out on the wing and was crucial in Inter Milan winning a treble. And he is still the only player in history who won back-to-back trebles with 2 different teams. So that is a massive L on Pep.
But guys,
that is a huge L on Pep.
But guys, why are we on this topic, guys? Why people rate Village? I never understand the hype around this guy. Mani fans always say he's one of the best. Village is trash. I don't understand why Village gets all this rate. Them say he's one of the best defenders of all time.
Wait, Jamal.
Village
If you
trash.
remove the Liverpool bias and be objective, peak Vidic was a very good defender. See, sometimes he'd get a red card, sometimes he'd become crazy. But Vidic Rio, that was a very solid defensive partnership, bro. That was a very solid defensive partnership. Just as he declined and he got worse, but Vidic peak, that guy was very, very.
I saw Vidic layered Walker straight out front.
Okay. Let's ask this. Where does Sir Bobby Charlton rank to the panel? I don't want to answer this question because I'll get in trouble.
HH, versus Zod.
No. I'm okay. Look, I'm Ham. Please answer. Where does Sir Bobby Charlton rank?
Sorry.
Where does
what really?
Where does Sir Bobby Charlton rank to you guys? Where do you rank him, please?
So Bobby Charlton, I think he's unranked.
No comment for me. I wasn't alive when he was playing. My father wasn't alive when he was playing.
With disrespect, this guy was a legend, bro.
Oh yeah, talk.
Class B,
bro.
He's probably like top 50
for Man United before Wayne Rooney. All-time top goal scorer. This guy was a legend, bro. Legend. My favorite player growing up.
I test. Where do you rank the Kenny Dalglish?
Bro, not
Honestly,
as
I
high as
think
Bobby Charlton, bro. Legend.
honestly, I think Sir Bobby Charlton would be one of, let's say, the top 5 greatest English players ever, maybe. But if you told me to rank him against like the likes of Zidane, Maradona, I mean, he doesn't even sleep. If we're being honest.
Bro, Zidane don't touch Bobby Charlton, bro. Zidane ain't close to Bobby Charlton, bro. Zidane looked up to Bobby Charlton. He looked up to him.
I want you to say that with a straight face.
What the
Guys,
fuck
Bobby
you smoking,
Charlton is
man?
the most gifted footballer who ever played.
But you know, in all honesty, I've never seen Bobby Charlton play, so I really do not know how he was a footballer. So.
Legend, bro.
Pause,
Legend.
guys. How can you name Bobby Charlton? How can you can rate a guy who Bobby Charlton?
You see, that's the thing. Is I think how
His name is Bobby.
answer this was key. Is that look, if England think he's an English legend, 100%, 100%, one of the best players for England.
HH World Cup though. World Cup.
I get it.
In 1966.
Stefan Givash has a World Cup. See, my thing is this: if we're saying ranking in terms of world football players, and we're bringing, I'm bringing like.
He's up there, bro. He's up there.
Okay, look. Come on. See, guys, you guys are just
Another question. Where would you rank Socrates?
HH, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
What about Jimmy Jones? What do you guys receive, Jimmy Jones?
See, Jimmy Jones is See, look, my thing is, no.
What the heck?
Who's that?
Man.
Who's that?
I respect
Legend.
I respect Bobby Charlton. What he did at the World Cup is amazing, and he is an amazing legend. Let's keep it real. But for me, I put Charlton in the same, let's say, like a Davos Suker, similar to that. In terms of he is a national icon, and that is key. That is key. See, guys, if we're now rating him in terms of Maradona, Garrincha, Pele, thingy, I don't think he's on the same planet as those dudes. That's my thing. I don't think he's on the same planet as those dudes. So like this is for me. I want to be respectful. Hence why I don't want to say anything. So I won't speak. So I'm
You do realize these guys were having fish and chips pre-game and a pint post-game.
And they still perform.
Like, you can't even rank people before 1995. This is a madness.
Another question. Where would you rank the great Dr. Socrates?
What? Socrates. See, my thing with Socrates is it's a tricky one because I think because his World Cup was 82. His World Cup was 82 with Zico. I would. So if we're just in tiers, I would say maybe like a tier 3, tier 2. Basically, he would be around that whole Zico thing. He'd be around the whole Zico thing, but maybe slightly just below Zico because he was very good. He was top, but he never made a profound impact. And I feel that, let's say, Zico had a much more bigger impact than he did. So, so that's the thing. So you know what? Socrates, I would put him around the Kaka category. No, he's not right. See, I'll put on the Kaka category, but what puts Kaka ahead of him is what Kaka did for AC Milan. I don't think Socrates embodied a club in the way that Kaka did. So that's the only thing that maybe pushes Kaka over them. But I would say they're just a bit similar in how I would sort of rank them. But I would think Zico is ahead. Let's say I'll probably put Zico ahead of a Kaka and a Socrates. So there's a video where Pep calls white people normal people. I prefer not to speak. Yeah, I did see that video. Look, maybe it was just lost in translation, man. That's what I'm saying. Maybe it was just lost in translation.
Nah, Pep is fishy.
Was that?
No, I said Pep is fishy, man. I don't trust him.
Yeah, no. Pep is a psychopath, man. You know, so says I'm friends with black people, gay people, and normal. Yeah. Gigs or Overmars?
Gigs.
Yeah, gigs. You see, Overmars was a slight pace merchant. Let's be real. How skillful was Overmars really?
He wasn't.
You know, how skillful was Overmars really? He was not really that skillful a dude. But Giggs, for me, I thought Giggs was a very underrated winger. For me, the best winger I've ever seen for me was Figo. Figo is still my top winger of all time. But Giggs was a very underrated player in terms of the kind of hold I had and so forth, man. So guys say Lam or Dani Alves. You see, this is my
Lam.
For me,
it's according to what you like. If you like defense, it's Islam. If you like attack, Dani Alves.
It is. See, if you're saying, because see, what guys need to understand is how are we? What's the criteria here? Because guys may say, "Oh, Dani Alves can score goals. He can really look good." Yeah, but what is his
Depends
position?
on the team.
His position is a defender. So your primary function is tackling, positioning, and winning 1v1s. Lam never ever, guys, think about this. Lam never ever received a red card his entire career.
That ain't gonna be broken.
Do you know how ridiculous that is? Because remember, see, he's a right back. So if you're a right back, you are facing 1v1s all day long. And this is a man who plays for Bayern Munich, so you have and for Germany. So you have faced some of the best players in world football for a large period of time. Basically playing for Bayern, being in Champions League and playing for Germany, being at Euros and World Cups. So never receive a red card. And this guy played many games. Here he was hardly injured. That just shows you that this guy is on a different level. See, Dani
Alves is better still.
Yeah, like see, Dani Alves is a guy where he, in terms of move going forward, look, he's Brazilian. So he's in the mold of the Carlos Albertos, the Roberto Carlos, the Cafu, all these kind of dudes in terms of, because remember, Brazil changed the way that we viewed full backs. Before 1970, hey, right back, left backs, we just did defend. Then the game changer was the goal that Carlos Alberto scored in 1970. Like, what? A right back? So like, oh no, right backs. So all this whole thing with these right backs and left backs being these extra attackers, Brazil started it. Brazil were the guys who popularized that whole thing. So Jamal, Lam, Dani Alves, talk to me.
It's according to what you like. If you like a solid defender, although Lam was good attacking wise as well. Yeah, so if you like to defense first, I'll say Lam. But if you're all out attack, you like flair, passing, creativity, you have to go for Dani Alves. So for me personally, I like Dani Alves more than Lam.
Denisha.
I would prefer Dani Alves because of his offensive attributes. Imagine the Pep team between 2008 and 2012. Would you rather have Lam in that team or Alves?
Yeah, it's like it's dependent.
It depends on the team. Like if go ahead.
See, the issue is like Marcelo. Marcelo is an average defender.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But I would rather have Marcelo in my team and say, yo, DM cover his left back position. So whenever this guy goes up, DM, I want you to slot in at left back because I'm willing to take that risk based on what he gives me offensively, and I can just rechange my formation just to slot someone into that hole. So it depends how what your system is.
Yep.
But Daniel wasn't actually that bad at defending when he was at his peak.
No. He was not. He was decent.
Bro, he was
not. He was nowhere close to Lamb. He was decent.
Yeah.
He was a decent defender, but you wouldn't call him a great defender. You would say that this guy was. It was hard to get past Daniel Alves. He was a tough 1v1. He was like good, not amazing. He was good.
I agree.
His strength was going forward. So that's the thing. Eye test.
For me, it's Philip Plum. For me, Philip Plum is one of the most intelligent footballers I've ever seen. He even played CDM. True. That just shows how intelligent he is. You could have played Dani Alves as a CDM. You need to be a baller with high football IQ to move from a right back to CDM. But I respect Dani Alves still because he's the player with the most assists ever for Lionel Messi. It wasn't Xavi and Iniesta, it was Dani Alves. But for me, Philip Plum is the best.
Cassius?
For me, it's Dani Alves because Dani Alves, I'm looking at it right now. Dani Alves is older than Philip Lahm. Philip Lahm's been retired for 3 years. Dani Alves is still going. That's just one thing. Another thing, you said Philip Lahm, he's never gotten a red card. You know, I really have to question that because that might just be a Bayern Munich thing. David Alaba has never got a red card either. He's got an even he has a lower ratio of yellow cards than Philip Lahm did. And David Alaba has played like 400 games for Bayern Munich. He has 18 yellow cards in his entire career. 18. Philip Lahm in his 600 games had 49 yellow cards. So I kind of have to question that. And
18 yellow cards.
18 yellow cards in his entire
Ramos
career.
Get that in a season. Sergio Ramos gets 18 yellow cards in a season.
David Alaba. And so yeah. And yeah, so just to finish, Dani Alves for me.
Okay. What's it called? Rodney.
Yeah, for me, I want to be entertained when I'm watching football. Yeah, I want to be entertained when I'm watching football, man. So Dani Alves is the one for me. Like, for me, he was like the first fullback that I saw doing the kind of like playmaking side of the game from right back. Like all of these Liverpool fans that talk about Trent being even close to him at this point in his career, it's nowhere near, man. Like that guy was just insane. Like Champions League, World Cups, like different.
Okay. What's it called? Wilson.
Oh yeah,
Dani Alves.
I will pick Philip Lahm. Philip Lahm is just a better defender. At the end of the day, you're a defender. I just have a question for you: Beckenbauer or Maldini at their peak? Or if you don't know the answer, can I ask Itest since he's the man and legend that been there for 400 years?
Well, since Itest both delivered Beckenbauer and Maldini as a baby, so who's the better defender? Itest, who's the better defender, bro? Itest? Dude! The dude is Itest is interviewing here. So look, for me, you see, this is a tricky one because both were amazing defenders. But my thing is that Beckenbauer could defend and then carry the ball up. So he could walk really well in a tight space. So let's say he's under pressure from the attacker. He was much more better and had better composure on the ball than I think a Maldini did. But see, if you're maybe thinking of just pure defending, see what makes Beckenbauer amazing was how he evolved the position of a defender. In terms of pure defending, you may have to go with Maldini because Maldini is a pure defender.
Oh, okay.
So just a pure defender. I mean, anyone else wants to get in on this?
I'll say.
Okay, you can go.
I think the only way for you to really decide it might be based on their achievement, to be honest with you. Because Beckenbauer has won everything. He won World Cup as a player, as a manager. He won the Champions as a player and as a manager. I think achievement might be the only way to really decide who's better out of those two, to be honest with you.
I go with Beckenbauer for the same
No,
reason.
but Adrian, I would a key point would be the longevity. Maldini was playing for a long time. Very long time.
Okay, actually, let me just hit some super chats that I sort of missed out on. So Nata says that as far as I know, Messi plays for City. No, he doesn't, Nata. No, he doesn't. Until he's 100% there, he does not. Nata again says, did you compare Pogba to Messi? He's like, I think that was in reference to the whole captain's armband. Hakim says, Vidal with Conte. Don't forget, Tim's turned into R9. So let's actually talk about that whole thing. So let's say Vidal, well, he's pretty much on the brink of going to Inter Milan. It's an older Vidal, but we know that Conte likes older players. How well do you guys think Vidal will do at Inter Milan?
I think he'll do well, but I don't think he'll change. He'll bring anything different to what they have. I mean, they have Barella, and Barella kind of does the same thing. You know, he harasses the midfielders. He makes forward runs, and he sometimes even scores goals. So, you know, I don't really think Vidal brings experience, which maybe some other players don't have, and he's also already played with Conte. But I don't think he'll be a difference maker.
So, anyone else? How do you think Vidal will do? I'd say, because for me, I think see, my only worry is that it's his age.
Yep.
My only worry is his age. So my thing is, should you really be signing a guy? Well, you know what? 33 is old, but it's not old. It's old, but it's not old. And I think Vidal is this kind of player. And I think that's because let's keep it real. As much as Barcelona have struggled, Vidal was actually one of Barcelona's better players. And he was one of the guys that would consistently come clutch for them. So my thing is that I think that, and also as Hakim says, he's already coached Vidal at Juventus already. So I think it's a good buy. I think it's a really good buy, especially with Pirlo coming into his season. Well, what does everyone else think? Jamal? Sorry. Okay, Ham.
Well, I don't think Vidal's that good. Like, I think he can do the Milner role for any team out there, but I don't think he's like a starter for any team. I think what they can do is just do his magic, and maybe we can see another level to him. But besides that, I don't see. He's not a big player anymore. I don't think so.
All right, Stodge.
Yeah, I would say it's a pretty meaningless signing because Vidal isn't that good. Also, like you said, his age and
Vidal was one of Barcelona's better players.
No, but the thing is, if you consider his age and his quality, they could have found younger players at the same level of quality that could improve in the future, but instead they signed a 33-year-old. I mean, what's the point of that? And probably high wages as well, probably higher wages than a younger player would be on. So I just don't get it. And this is, again, it's Conte. He just makes some odd demands. I don't know. They've been signing a lot of old players into Milan.
I was now going to answer that. Guys, why Conte always signs these old players? He always signs players who are...
No. Conte likes his older players. But you know what? I think it's a managerial style. Conte just feels that I want to sign players. I want to sign grown men because he's
Ashley Young, Victor Moses.
Yeah, no, because he's like, I'm not here to coach you to try and improve you and everything. So I don't want like a Greenwood or a Foden. I want guys who are already readily made, understand pressure, are experienced, so he can go to war. Because he wants guys who he can go to war with. And
Just like Mourinho.
Guys, everybody in Serie is under massive pressure, huge pressure. Because if you allow Andrea Pirlo, zero experience, to waltz in and win, not
gonna
only
happen.
a trophy and win the 10th in a row,
It's gonna happen.
then this league should just clear out of my side.
HH,
Gonna happen.
you know, Perlo has no experience, right?
Yeah.
Like, he is literally stealing all the experience with his beard. And next season, I think best manager in Serie.
Okay, wait. So from Adach 3, thank you for the super chat. All-time Europe 11 versus all-time South American 11. Who wins? I got South America.
Yep, South America.
All-time.
Oh,
South America.
That's hard, man. That's tough.
Easy.
South America.
Europe.
Okay. See, my thing is, okay, of course, you have the goal scoring of Cristiano. You can have Bergkamp. You can have Raul and everything. South, guys, we all saw what MSN did. But let's even look at MSN today. You know, you can pick from R9. You can look at Maradona.
Ronaldinho.
You can look at Rivellino. You can now put Walter Samuel in that the defense. You can now put look at a Marcel. So in terms of, first of all, just even their right and left backs would destroy whatever Europe can bring. You know.
Yeah, but
the South American attack alone. You see, the reason why this is cool is that Europe can have an amazing defense. That defense of Europe will be amazing. And you see, my argument, see, it's tricky because this is my thing. The Europe defense and midfield, I think, will be superior.
Are you sure, HH? The midfield?
Di Stefano.
You're sure?
Zidane, Pirlo, Iniesta, Loftus.
Oh, come on, man. It's not as straightforward as that, HH.
Di Stefano and Falcao would be the only midfielders I could think of for South America.
Rick Emily.
Falcao.
No. It's not.
South America.
1982, Falcao.
No.
It's but the reason why I said South America is that South America's attack will literally just be too strong.
Outside of
HH.
Get that ball to flipping Messi, R9, Maradona, game over.
outside of Brazil and Argentina, what other countries are you taking?
It's like Emerson all over again.
South America,
Messi and Maradona, it's game over.
South America's defense is too weak, in my opinion. It's not.
Van Dijk is keeping that clean sheet.
Exactly.
Jesus Christ.
Wait. Van Dijk.
Bro, I love
Van
Liverpool, but Van Dijk is not getting in that defense. Van
Dijk will get circumcised by R9.
He'll be on the bench.
HH, if you could close, close, and you've got the perfect defense.
Ham, shut.
Van Dijk, two Maldini.
Ham, you're telling me that Van Dijk is going to get in the all-time Europe defense head of Nesta, Cannavaro, Beckham,
yeah,
Maldini,
Van Dijk. It's done.
No, let him finish his career first. Let him finish his career first, and then we can talk. Not now,
bro.
Chill.
Van Dijk erased Messi, Ronaldo.
Don't do that, bro. Don't do that.
What?
Please, stop it.
No, you see, my thing about
that's on the weed, bro.
I still feel like if the South American defense will still be able to hold. See, the Europe attack isn't as mad as the South American attack. That's the issue. The issue is that no defense will be able to hold an all-time South American attack.
No. What about the Americans, HH? What about Africa? Africa 11.
I mean,
what can they do?
10-0. They get destroyed.
No, you see, what Europe attack will be able to be as explosive as the South America attack? There's none.
No. It's not just about that. It's attack versus defense. My point is, I don't think the South American defense is capable of containing to the same level the European.
We also watch Sam. Remember this. We're all saying that for argument's sake, this is guys at their very best. So that's what Samuel and Lucio, who won a treble, will not form a formidable partnership. We saw what Samuel and Lucio
They're
did.
getting destroyed. They're getting destroyed.
They're getting,
Who did they face?
getting
Who
destroyed.
did they face though? They're getting destroyed. I'm telling you right now. If you put Europe's best ever attackers, go home. They might as well just to get ready to concede goals. Who's South
The
America?
But I'm saying that
Sorry, Lucio, HH.
there's no defense on the planet that is stopping the strongest South American attack.
None.
Europe's attack is good
You're talking
too.
about Birkenbauer, Maldini. You're talking about another level of defenders. I think you're underestimating the level of defenders you're on about. I'm sorry.
Wait, Storch. Do you know the kind of alien peak R9 was?
Yeah, that's
it is peak R9.
That's an alien that could never win the Champions League. That got completely shut down.
So you have to understand. Just give me Maradona and R9. Done deal.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Go home. Go home.
All right. Those two players you present, why could they not win the Champions League?
Oh
No. They're so great. They're unstoppable.
Good question.
Why couldn't they win the Champions League?
But Storch, this is them both on the same pitch at the same time.
Do you know who the European defenders are? They're defenders. They're defenders that they face maybe individually, but not together. This is a whole other level of defense.
But Storch, I'm saying that R9 and Maradona combined go home.
And Messi.
And we can just throw in Messi in there for laughs, or even Pele. Even
Dino, Ronaldinho. Come on, God, come on.
HH, this is not even a balanced team.
Stopping this. We're stopping this. Come on.
We're running through this.
Van Dijk, Maldini.
I am Ham. I will throw you out this freaking window if you mention Van Dijk again, bro.
4 attackers. See, no, that's what I'm saying. You can't contain Europe if you're playing all these players. It's impossible. Who's going to defend?
CR7 will destroy that defense.
Listen. Europe
Lucio. Lucio ain't it.
Okay, so let other guys speak. So, Denisha then. All-time South America. Who you taking?
Europe will definitely score against South America. Let's say Europe scores three goals. But South America will score 8. If Europe scores 6 goals, South America will score 10.
It is basically a shootout. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you see, my thing about it is that I just because it's weird, because they used to do this back in the 90s. I don't know why they didn't do it again. I remember they did all-time Africa against all-time Europe. I think Africa won 2-1 when Africa had Weah, Abedi Payne, and all those dudes. And I think they did an all-time World 11 versus Europe, I think. And I can't remember who won that. But yeah, they used to do this all the time back in the day. I don't know why they don't do them anymore. You see, for me, there's no Africa won because most Africans now play for France. There's no point. But I would love, not an all-time, but I would love hey, let's do a South America. But see, if you do a South America now, all those Uruguayans are now at the end of their careers now. So you're just picking from Brazil and from Argentina, really. So Europe would be too strong. Because Europe is basically Europe and Africa combined now.
HH, what else is crazy about South America is tactically, Pele, Messi, Maradona, Ronaldinho, they play the same role, the same type of role in a team. That's essentially they do the same stuff for their team. It's crazy. How are they going to fit all those into one?
Bro, R9 and Batigol together.
That was 98.
Yeah.
Guys, who will be the manager of these teams?
Lord in heaven, that is R9 and R9 and Stuta.
Who will be the managers of these teams?
Hopefully not Scolari, man. Scolari stay far.
Kike Setien.
What?
Sampaoli.
Marcus.
I would say for Europe, Who's that lead? Who's that lead manager? Marcelo Bielsa. Yeah.
Wait. I think that's the South American or the European coach.
South American.
Yeah.
Bielsa. Yeah.
HH, what do you think? What do you think about Suarez to Juventus?
Yeah, you see, the thing about it is this. First of all, I understand the signing because he's better than Higa. Facts. He's still, even the cannibal right now, is still a better player than Higa. And you want to take off the goal workload from Cristiano, but you're Juventus, and I expect you want to win the Champions League. That's what you want. You're buying a declining striker. Yes, he's a still quality. Yes, he's an upgrade on Higain, but you're buying a declining striker. So that just makes me look at Juventus way that, are you saying that you as a club, you don't have enough pull to sign a young upcoming striker or one of the main top strikers out there? Like, because for me, like, if let's say they brought in Harry Kane, boom, because Harry Kane is very much in his prime. The cannibal is so you're buying a player who is past his prime. So
53 years old.
but it's still a good signing. It's still a good signing.
Now Higuain and Suarez can go to McDonald's together.
HH.
Yep.
Oh,
But
Sponsorship opportunity.
Higuain takes the 4XL Big Mac though. That's the thing. He takes the 4XL Big Mac.
Guys, I want to see the first meeting between Suarez and Carolini.
Who?
I want to see the first meeting between Suarez and Carolini.
Oh.
Carolini.
Oh, Chiellini. You see, wait, what was happening? Echo, man. Sorry, there's an echo in there. No. My thing is, wait, where the freak is this echo coming from? Sorry, I need to just, because I'm hearing an echo. So yeah, no, my thing is, but look, when that happened though, Kelly did actually forgive him. That's the thing. He did come out and say, "Hey, it's all cool and everything." I know he tried to bite my shoulder off, but it's all cool. So he was cool with it. Let's do this. Zola or Bergkamp? Now let me say this, and I'll give it to everyone for everyone to talk. Zola is the reason why I followed Chelsea. Zola was one of the first players that I really, really liked. And I think because he was short and was very technical, just the kind of things that he did, he was just a very different player. But being objective, Dennis Bergkamp, for me, is one of the most technically gifted specialist players I've ever seen. The way he did things was crazy. Like, the way he scored goals, the way he passed, he was like a scientist. He was like, no, I am going to pass the ball in the most specific, precise, detailed way you'll ever see. So the way he shot the ball, the way he scored and everything. And I just say that is Beckham for me, just in terms of technique. That's the key thing. In terms of the technique you do anything, one of the craziest players that I've ever seen. Denishu, Zola or Bergkamp?
Bergkamp. Can I agree everything you said? Bergkamp was superb technically. One of the most technical players I've probably seen in my entire lifetime. So for me, no question, it's Bergkamp.
Jamal?
Yeah, guys, I gotta shoot. But before I go, Bergkamp. But guys, I gotta go.
All right, cool. Cassius.
Yeah.
Peace.
Bergkamp for sure. I mean, Zola's nice, but he doesn't reach Bergkamp, in my opinion.
What's it called? I'm Ham.
I don't really know much about Zola, so I'm gonna say Bergkamp.
Oh, you.
But still, the better answer is Gerrard, though.
Shut up. Jamaican kid, Zola or Bergkamp?
Zola was good. Was fantastic. I correct me if I'm wrong, he was like the first major superstar that Chelsea had. Yeah. So, yeah, it was good, but Bergkamp was something else, man. I remember that. I think he scored that goal. I think it was against Argentina, and yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Bergkamp was different, man.
Stodge.
Yeah, Bergkamp. Yeah, he was just amazing technically. I don't think you'd find many players that could do that technically. I mean, Zola. I've seen his videos on YouTube. I think I've seen a lot of players that can do what he does. To be honest, Isco, Coutinho, plenty.
Against Norwich, man.
No, but he's okay. He's okay. I mean, I don't know when he played, but nowadays that's common.
Against Norwich. YouTube the goal he scored against Norwich.
Yeah, he's all right.
All right. So guys, look, we have 10 minutes left. 10 minutes left. Send some good questions, man. Send some good questions, and I'll read some super chats here. So I want some good football questions. Some good football questions for the panel. Nata says Ashley Cole or Marcelo. For me, Cole every day. This is similar to the Dani Alves question. My thing is, Marcelo is my favorite player right now. And he's been my favorite player for the last 2-3 years because I love the way he plays for football. So for me, in terms of just a footballer, what you can do on the ball, Marcelo is better. But if we're talking about the position, Ashley Cole is a far better left back than Marcelo because of Ashley Cole's defending, his tackling, his positioning, and also how he can bring the ball up and his crossing. Marcelo is mainly an attacking left back. That is his main aim. He is not a great defender. He's okay, but he's an average defender. So, for me, for sure, it's Ashley Cole for sure. David Okote says Europe will be more complete and better coached. True, but Kote, my thing is, which is the argument I was saying, yeah, they may be better coached and more compact. But are we saying Luis Enrique was a great manager for Barcelona? No, we're not. But what we're saying though is that it will be a very simple tactic for South America. Hold Europe, keep them on hold. When you get the ball, give it to the front three or the front four, and let them figure it out. And those front four will figure it out very easily. Let's just see. Best goalkeeper of all time. What do you guys say? Denisha, best goalkeeper of all time.
Iker Casillas.
What? Of all time?
Yeah.
Why?
Just because of his consistency and his performances, iconic performances, and his the level he's been playing on and the titles he has won.
Okay. Cassius, best goalkeeper of all time.
I don't think there's a clear answer in my opinion, but if I had to choose one, I don't think he's the greatest of all time, but one that I like the most, I would say Oliver Kahn. Just for me, just personally, but
good pick.
there's a lot of goalkeepers that are kind of at the same level. It's hard to really say there's one that's by far and away ahead of others because Buffon has the longevity, Casillas has the performances in the final 2002 and 2010. So they all kind of have things over each other, but for me, there's no one ahead of the pack.
Okay. Jamaican kid, man, best goalkeeper of all time.
Before I go, I don't want to hear anything about Yashin. Please, I don't want it. But if I were going to, it would. Casillas is up there. Buffon is up there. Not this Buffon, but yeah.
No, not this Buffon. Not
Yeah,
this
yeah.
Buffon. No.
Dino Zoff, the one, the guy that captained Italy to that. I think it was the. I don't remember which worker, what he captained.
82.
Yeah, 82. Yeah, 82. But
Dino Zoff.
Yeah, Oliver Kahn. But I'll go Neuer, specifically the way he revolutionized that keeper that position. It would be like Steph Curry. Steph Curry isn't the greatest basketball player of all time, but the way we revolutionized the NBA with his shooting. I will bring it. I was based on that. I will go Neuer.
Okay. It's a tough one because I do have a close affinity with Oliver Kahn, and I think Oliver Kahn brought more to keeping because Oliver Kahn was an amazing leader, and his character and his mentality was just next level. And I think Oliver Kahn was like a game winner back in the day, but it might have to be Neuer because he just took keeping to the very next level. He's made some outstanding saves, some inhuman saves, and just the fact of how he's been a sweeper keeper and really made the keeper do more and more of a last line of defense and take him similar to what Beckenbauer did, another German. I think he's now raised the bar and raised the standard as to what you expect from a keeper, which is key. Has Lewandowski surpassed Zlatan and Aguero now? Yes, he has.
Yeah.
He has, because my thing is, everybody knows my view on Zlatan. How can someone that's talented, that's good, you played for all of the biggest clubs at their peak with stacked teams and you never reached the Champions League final? That for me is poor. Aguero is a Premier League merchant, easily one of the greatest Premier League strikers of all time. But that's where it stops. I can't call you a legend. No way. Lewandowski, he has his Champions League, man. So it is what it is. He has the Champions League, and neither Aguero or Ibrahimovic had the kind of goal-scoring season that Lewandowski had this season. And Lewandowski has been pretty much G'ing up for the best part of a decade. So, so everyone on this, do everyone agree on this?
Yeah.
Yep.
This is a stupid question.
All right, let's see. Okay, HH, what would Klopp do as the Nigerian manager with Ndidi, Saka, Iwobi, Chikezi, Osimhen, Iheanacho? You see, it's very tricky to say, oh my gosh, this guy is amazing for this club. He'll be amazing over here, man. Club football and international football are very different. These are very, very different schools. And I think that it is hard to say because it's very different. Klopp is an amazing club manager. I don't know whether he'll be able to be an amazing international manager. How many club and international managers do we know? The only one I can think of off the top of my head was Lippi, who of course successful, did really good for Juventus, and of course won the World Cup.
Del Bosque
for Italy. Was Del Bosque an amazing club manager though?
Yeah, you're right.
Well,
maybe not amazing, but I just put him in.
So there are very few managers who were amazing club managers and amazing international.
Yeah, and Adrian, what I would say on this is that to back it to your point, club football and international football are totally two different things. I do believe that club wouldn't play the same type of football which is play at Liverpool, the high press, everything in international football, because it's totally two different, totally two different. I would say football, because I think more on the international side. It may be unpopular, but I think tactics are more employed on the international side on football.
And also you have less of a margin of error whenever you're playing in international football as well. So let me round this off then before we go off there. Bayern Munich, and I'll ask this for the live chat as well. So this is the last question for the panel and for the live chat. Bayern Munich, do you believe they will defend their Champions League title next year? I say no. Because people don't understand how rare what Real Madrid did. And it's going to be a long time until the team defends their title. And I'm saying it right now that I think Bayern Munich will definitely be very good. I'm excited about Leroy Sané. They will not defend their title next season. No.
So who do you think's beating them?
Before I answer the question, when was the last time before Real Madrid, when back-to-back under Trino, did a club defended their CL before Real Madrid?
This never happened.
You have to
Bayern.
go. But
Yes, it has.
yeah,
Bayern Munich and
yeah,
in the
It's never happened in the Champions League format.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
way back in the day, but
Yeah, yeah,
when it was called the Champions League and the format
yeah,
changed, it has no team has ever defended
yeah.
their
No
title.
team. Yeah,
So that's the thing. No team has ever defended their title. It's never happened. So my thing. So for everyone in here. So let me just even see what guys are saying. So do you think Bayern Munich defend their title? So let me go to Cassius. Do you think they defend their title next season?
To be honest, I have to say, just based off of like this is we're in September, I'd have to say yes because I don't really see a team that could beat them. You know that was what I asked you. Who do you see beating them? Because I just don't I
no,
just
for me,
don't know.
I think Liverpool. I think Liverpool full strength can beat them.
You think?
Liverpool as full strength can beat them.
I don't think so. To be honest, that's just my opinion.
No, but yeah, this would have just that I like it would be tough, but I would still say that Klopp would know because Klopp knows them. He knows German football. He will know Hansi Flick's thingy, and Liverpool still have snipers in the team. Yes, Bayern have them as well, but Liverpool have snipers in the team. Bayern won't do last season what they did this season.
Of
They
course,
won't.
yeah, but just right now, I have to say they are the favorites.
Okay, so Jamaican kid.
all right. At this very moment in time, anybody would say yes. At this very moment in time, but you have to look at from a realistic standpoint that Real Madrid are coming back. We don't know about them. PSG, we don't know if they're going to get a large or whatever. City, we don't know about. Liverpool, we don't know what to Juventus. We don't know at this very moment in time. But if I was placing a bet tomorrow, I would bet Bayern would win because at this very moment in time, anybody would say yes. At this moment,
I just say no because for me, I think it's too much prisoners of the moment. Yes, they had an amazing, superb season. So did MSN. MSN obliterated
yes,
everyone in the past.
that
But we
the
also what
yeah,
happened next
yeah,
season.
yeah. And to that same point, Emerson, Barcelona was incredible that season. What happened the other two seasons? They didn't pass the quarters. That's
Okay. So most guys are saying so. I'm saying no, nah, nope, no. They have Sane, but they lose Thiago. Lewandowski is older. No. No. For me, Mo, I never said anything about winning treble. Relax, chill. Don't put words in my mouth. So look, man, I think, but I want to just see what Leroy Sané looks like. But I highly doubt, I strongly doubt these guys are going to do what they did that last season. I just don't see it happening.
yeah.
I don't see it happening. So, guys, look, man, I'll see you guys again Sunday, 11 p.m. for the Sunday Hangouts, where we'll discuss our things and do our thing, man. So, guys, peace out. Remember to like the vid. Remember to subscribe if you're new. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Stay safe, stay true, and I'm out.
Yeah, bless up.
Peace, peace, peace. Become a Patreon member. Get access to my blog, get access to exclusive videos, and also get access to the podcast of the Saturday and the Sunday Hangouts. Head over to patreon.com/halfup to gain all these goodies while also supporting your boy HH.